Hey, y'all, I got a great new album in the mail today.
B-Dub Beats. Whether you're in the mood for romance or an intimate night of fondling and hardcore fucking. B-Dub Beats. If you're into water sports, this is the soundtrack for you. Let your stream of conscience flow as you rock over B-Dub Beats. Cause you know you want it bad as I do. B-Dub Beats. Light her ass up. She said her shoulders hurt, but those B-Dub Beats were playing. Oh man, some things are worth pulling out for, like B-Dub Beats. Hear the beats that made Florida Evans drop the punch bowl.
Damn.
B-Dub Beats.
Fantastic album, man. Let me borrow it.
No, my brother. You got to buy your own.
And we're live.
Hello.
Back in effect.
Boop, boop, boop,
Once
boop.
again, it is the FM Podcast, and I am your host for the evening. I am B-Dub.
I am your co-host for the evening, Kelly Joe.
Alpha Dog Hassan. Roof, roof. Buddha, 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 Buddha.
Okay, and who's our special guest with us today?
I'm Prophet. Nice to meet y'all.
Prophet is in the house.
Hey, Prophet.
Welcome.
We like to do our usual shout-outs before we get the show started. We are giving a shout-out to Eighth and Fancy
Shout
What's
out
happening?
to-
for all of your adult beverage snacks and needs.
All right.
In addition to that, we are giving a shout-out to Dank Drinks.
Dang.
to you too.
Happening.
The dankest of drinks. Also, shout out to Crimey Dealers. Yes.
Oh, they said
crimey.
what up. Seen them the other day.
And special shout out to the local plug. Please make sure to
Eat
eat responsibly.
Please.
Okay. Normally we start the show off with the RIPs, and there was one very big RIP this week. So
Yeah.
we're gonna give a big RIP to Val Kilmer.
Man.
Passing away at the age of 65. It appears he suffered from, looks like pneumonia.
Yeah.
So he passed away from pneumonia Tuesday in L.A., surrounded by his family and friends. And it looks like this may have been related to the 2014 throat cancer diagnosis that required 2 tracheotomies. That's 2 holes.
Right.
Golly. That's the worst. Let me tell you, my grandfather had throat cancer, and he had a tracheotomy, and he had to speak with one of them things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the worst. I can only understand 1 hole, and it's 2. So we all remember Val Kilmer from some legendary movies. Top Gun.
Top Gun, one of my favorite.
Excellent movie. Of course, Tombstone
Yeah,
was probably
awesome.
Right.
Which he should have
was
gotten
the
an
one.
Academy Award off of.
That was the one. Yo.
I also think
I'll be your
Doc
Huckleberry.
Holliday.
The
Played Doc-
Doors,
I'll
when
be
he
a
played Jim
Huckleberry.
Morrison, too. That was a pretty dope movie.
When he played Doc Holliday on Tombstone, that was classic.
Look,
Classic.
That made me like Tombstone, yo. I'm
Right.
not gonna, I was like, oh, these white people are kind of cool.
Right. And then when he did Top Gun, you know, I wanted to be a fighter pilot until I found out I was too damn tall. You know what I'm saying? That was for short
Oh,
folk.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
It
it's
was a height requirement.
Yeah, it's a height requirement.
How tall you got to be?
You can't be most of them pilots is not even 5'10".
Oh.
Because of how the cockpit
Yeah.
is built and stuff. So you short.
Excuse me. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Shot,
felt good.
yeah, you
That
good.
one was punching
All
my
right.
chest.
So yeah, Top Gun was, I wanted to be a fighter pilot, and then I found out I was too damn tall, so that shattered my dreams. And when he did Doc Holliday and Tombstone, classic. You know. Oh, and he was in Batman too.
Yeah, he was in Batman.
Yeah.
He played Batman, and also in addition to that, he was in Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Classic.
Yeah, and True Romance. I don't remember that one, but he's been in some classics. I remember seeing him in the 80s and the 90s, and I know he was sick and battling a lot of things, so I was a little shocked to hear of his passing, but I wasn't too shocked because I fully understand he'd been sick for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to give that special RIP out to Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, may he rest in peace.
Sir.
So we're going to go ahead and get on with the show. Of course, it's Raleigh. Of course, it's Saturday. Of course, it's Dreamville.
My birthday
weekend and Kelly's birthday.
Yes.
We celebrate both. So
Every year, seems like.
as you know, they claimed this was the final Dreamville, and we thought up until like 2 days ago this was going to be like the last festival in Raleigh.
Gonna find out it's cap.
Yep, that was all cap.
That though.
Why'd you figure that?
Dreamville brings so much money in, and you see how Raleigh's already building up. So that's just people coming from everywhere, to come see this. So
Yeah,
I think also most importantly, which is the underlying tone, you got an event that's primarily you see a lot of black and brown people, and there's no problems, and it's bringing money in. So when you got something like that, you want to make sure you keep that so you can tout inclusiveness.
Have y'all been in any of the festivities this year?
I have never been to Dreamville.
I've never been to Dreamville.
was it even on? Usually you can stream it online.
No, they're not
haven't been able
streaming
to
it.
this
They're
year.
not streaming it.
Yeah, I've been
this
looking
year.
for it. I paid for that just to watch it, and I ain't had it.
Nope,
I was
they
mad.
want you to
Yeah.
My $17 back.
Wait, you paid for what?
because they charge people just to watch it from their home.
Well,
But
yeah.
If you had Prime, you could watch it for free for these past few years, because that's how I have been watching. But I tried to do it this year.
They said, "Nah, y'all
They were
got."
just showing me videos of the people that was performing there.
Yeah, they said.
Yeah.
They said, bring y'all asses out.
Yeah, they weren't going to stream it this
They
year.
gonna milk that.
Yeah, so you see the fallout that happened from J. Cole's apology. Like, they took Dreamville from the nigga. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the fallout from apologizing. You apologize on stage, they take away your festival. They're gonna bring something new to Raleigh.
They ain't take it away from.
That's what we're calling it.
They just rebranded it. He just taking a step back. I mean,
Well, Raleigh announced a 4-year deal for a new music festival that will happen at the same time at Dorothea Dix Park. So,
Make it a Woodstock.
yeah, and they announced a new music festival, and it will be under the Dreamville label, but it won't be called Dreamville Fest.
Right.
Well, what's the new name called?
don't know nothing yet. They ain't got it yet.
Fold Fest.
Well, I guess in this case, since J. Cole's not going to be handling it or his team, that you can expect a wide range of artists coming to this festival.
Well, they said
diversity too.
Well, they said they were still keeping it in the vein of R&B and hip hop, but I'm also expecting it to be heavily gentrified.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
About to change it up.
Like Kid Rock will headline next year's festival.
No, I don't see that.
No, I see that.
Limp
I
Bizkit.
don't
Yeah,
see
Limp
that.
Bizkit, Fred Durst.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're gonna have
Bring
somebody.
Marky Mark up in.
Yeah, Marky Mark headline.
No. Don't do that.
Terrible.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I
so,
mean,
what?
it's
No.
possible.
If you're gonna take over something like this, you're gonna keep it in line with what's currently going on. You're not gonna alienate that. If anything, you're gonna try to add to it.
Taylor Swift.
No, because she's
Raleigh isn't big enough.
They don't have
She's
enough
not big
security
enough
to
for
deal with her right now.
Raleigh isn't big enough for Beyonce. That's why
Right,
she
exactly.
does shows in Greensboro.
Exactly.
She come to North Carolina.
Greensboro and Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah, she don't come here.
They
So-
can't handle that traffic.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what happens with the next one. As far as this Dreamville, are people here? Because
That's what I was asking.
I don't know.
I drove here. There was no traffic. I didn't
All the
see
traffic
any
is on the other
sign.
side of town.
So on
'cause I
one
was
side
over
of
that
town,
way
it's
earlier.
concentrated on one side
And
of
I
town.
mean, there are like all the hotels are booked up, and they're charging like
Okay.
$400 a night for a single hotel.
Oh,
That sounds like CIAA
They
Yeah,
numbers.
I mean that's what they're doing.
They taxing.
And
You
I
know.
was gonna do one for my birthday, and I called and trying to find one. But they said, yeah, we have them, but they're like $465. I said, for what, the week? They said no the night. I said you can keep that. I have my own place. I just do it like that.
Yeah, because I was on 440 on the ride over here, and it was like the roads were empty, and I'm like,
Yeah, 'cause they at the
They really all on the south, like
south side.
south side.
Yeah.
like,
as long as they stay over there, that's my concern. They need to stay on that side of town.
not tonight.
Why?
You got the hotels.
Tonight, everything is open. Everybody about after Dreamville, people going to clubs,
Clubs,
people going
after parties,
to
all that
after
shit.
parties, all kinds of stuff. So,
There's about to be some A1 fights at the Waffle House tonight.
yeah,
I know
more than
that.
likely, more than likely.
Oh
Yeah.
man, festivals, alcohol, warm weather.
And waffles?
It's the weather, yo. I was going to say it's all about the weather because it's not normally
Yeah.
this
Bunch of
warm.
niggas,
It's not
yeah.
normally
Yeah,
this
that cold
warm yet.
weather make
It's
niggas act
beautiful.
right. This warm outside.
Yeah, we was just talking about. We out here in shorts.
tonight, boy.
I could have really wore some naked clothes tonight, and it would have been just fine.
Yeah,
Niggas got their kneecaps out.
yeah, and they're ashy.
Yeah, booty cheeks.
Nah,
a lot of booty cheeks today.
Nah. Fresh shea butter on these kneecaps,
I've
pimpin'.
seen a lot of booty cheeks today. That's all.
I think the city of Raleigh should go with my idea of Fold Fest, and we just have a festival where rappers who have beef come and apologize and hug it out, and we just
Terrible.
maintain the vibe.
No.
No, that's not gonna happen.
I'd rather we give them some boxing gloves and put them in the
We
Lenovo,
can
let
do
them get
that
at
too.
it.
I think we bring our own folding chairs. Fold fest. Look at that.
We'll have a day for peer mediation where people can talk it out, and then the next day we can let people fight who still
They're
feel
not
some
allowed to
sort
talk
of
it
way.
out.
Y'all don't want nobody to come
And
to
people
that.
don't fight no more. They
Ain't
shoot,
nobody
so
coming
that
to
wouldn't
that.
even.
Man, we have Fold Fest. We could have fixed Yellow Beezy and Mo 3's issues if
No,
Fold Fest was in
no.
effect.
Some things we need to stay out of.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's
it sounds
one of
We can't even handle our own
Right.
shit.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that Dreamville so far the electricity has stayed on. There's been no flickering. The internet looks
Internet
to be
ain't
good.
And
tripping.
my phone ain't been tripping.
Yeah, so this is a little
Maybe
bit of a
because I stay
shock.
bump up
We're
too,
used
so.
to Dreamville just screwing shit up in Raleigh, weighing down the power grid. I think it's because they're not streaming this year, so Amazon ain't stealing all that bandwidth the city can
Man, I'm
use.
upset about that. I could have kept. I'm mad. I'm really upset about my $17.
But here's the cool part: most of the people performing at Dreamville performed previously, so you can just watch old
The
clips.
only people I really wanted to see, I want to see the Hot Boys reunion, and that was tonight.
Oh no!
And I want to see Erykah Badu tomorrow. That was Erica was my main thing, like Erykah Badu. Like I might find
I
a
ain't
fence
seen
to go
Badu
over
in
top
years.
of, look over the, because I want to see Erykah.
She looked me in the eyes and we took a picture. No, I'm dead ass. At the 5-star restaurant, yo. I'll never forget. She was DJing. It's like, I was like, oh, shit. She's like,
She has
"Dang,
that-
hit the
she
pose
has
for
that
me and
look.
everything. Yeah.
That's mama right there.
Cool as hell.
You need some of Erykah energy.
Mesmerizing.
What restaurant was this? Where was she at?
5-star. This is when,
Oh,
you
I
remember
thought-
when,
I thought you were talking a 5-star restaurant.
no, 5-star restaurant when, what's,
Was it downtown?
Yeah.
Was it downtown?
Yeah.
Like,
I
not
can't
Glenwood
remember
South,
the
but the other
DJ
side of
name all
Glenwood
of a
South.
sudden. Justice League.
Oh, that warehouse spot in downtown
Yeah,
where Ninth be
5-star.
spinning.
Yeah, Ninth Wonder. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
bring it
yeah,
up.
she was
Yeah,
there
I
at
need to
that
see-
spot.
Yeah, man. Yo, Ninth was throwing some dope
Party.
shindigs. Yeah.
Does he still throw those? Because
I
I haven't
haven't-
seen
nah.
one in a
I
minute.
I
haven't.
can
Nah,
see
I
the
haven't.
freestyle, the Raleigh freestyle with him on it. I think. Was
Yeah.
it? Yeah, Raleigh freestyle with him and
Shice.
yeah, Shice and who else? You know what I'm talking about?
Hazardous.
And there's another
must-
9.
Another
That's
9.
another 9.
I don't know. But
I know about them.
shout out to them all. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's all,
that part.
It's all Raleigh.
It's all right.
All these niggas cool with me. Just don't apologize for any battles.
That's all.
Yeah.
Don't tap out.
You know what I mean? That, now that you mentioned, all these niggas is cool with me too, and I hate the fact that politics play a role out here the way they do, yo.
Yeah.
What politics?
These Raleigh politics.
There ain't no
Ain't no
Raleigh
damn
politics.
politics.
All right.
It really is.
All right, bet.
In the Raleigh rap
Says the
game
niggas
and
that's not
stuff,
outside.
There ain't no
Says
politics.
the niggas
outside.
that's not
Raleigh rap
outside.
I'll be outside.
All right.
I've been outside. Oh, it is in this town for 30
There's
plus years.
nothing stopping anybody in Raleigh from achieving success in the
Exactly.
music industry.
Just
There's no
yourself.
gatekeepers here.
No, I ain't
no
saying that
black
gatekeepers.
ballers.
I'm just saying the way
anybody.
that everything is intertwined and how only certain sets get to actually get to the cheese like they should. There's a lot of money out here that really could be made, but the way that they move about and go about handling business, it makes it harder for everybody else.
That's why you got to do your own thing.
You do, no matter what.
Do your own thing. This is a city where lots of niggas have no grind, so they wait on one nigga to get grind so they can like leech onto him and steal his grind for their personal gain. So you got to kind of watch yourself in this city. But other than that, that's it. It's not that big.
There's just a lot of crab in the barrel out here.
Lots of
That's
crab.
well, that's anywhere you go. That's anywhere you go. It just you just gotta. The only thing is you just gotta be able to stand on your own.
One thing I learned is the local rap
That's
game
why I
is
moved
the same
the way I
all
moved.
across the country. Okay, I went to Houston, L.A., New York, and all the local rappers bitch about the same shit.
Yeah, it just if you want to grow, sometimes you gotta stand on your own.
Yep, that's it. I'll tell that to anybody. I gotta practice what I preach.
Go independent.
You gotta move, and don't expect people to support you.
Don't expect people to support you till other people support you.
Right.
No.
If you want love, you got to build shit that actually puts money in people's pockets.
Yep.
Local beef is whack because it's two niggas that ain't making no money trying to
Ain't
beef with
going
each
nowhere.
other. You know, nobody has an agenda. Everything is ego filled.
Beef is whack in general.
Yeah.
Right.
It keeps me gritty and angry. But let's go ahead and move on from Dreamville and the rebrand. I hope everybody is safe this Dreamville weekend.
Yeah, be
and
safe
enjoys
out there.
Dreamville.
The police out there.
Yeah,
Stay
and
true.
the police is out there, so please act right. We don't want to see anybody getting hauled off to jail like that producers. And then, hey, you see that post?
Your boy from Making the Band.
Well, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dylon.
Why is Dylon in Raleigh?
All I could think
That,
about
you know,
was,
it's a lot of niggas that it's a lot of niggas live here in Raleigh. That's
I didn't know if he lived. I thought
it-
he was in town for Dreamville.
No.
no.
So Dylon from Making the Band got arrested in Wake County this week in Apex for what? Slapping somebody? He slapped some man and the
Yeah,
man
slap
called
a
the
man.
police.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that was shocking because I didn't know Dylon lived here.
yeah. It's a lot of niggas that.
You talk about Dylon.
Yo, the North
Making the Band. Yeah.
Yo, this state is
Dave
like
Chappelle, Dylon,
They stay out.
it's like a retirement state for '90s rappers.
Yeah, motherfuckers. Hey, if you listen, if you live,
I've been hearing a lot of weird,
if
like
you
a
was
lot of
getting
weird
some
crimes this week
if
in
you was
Raleigh.
getting
in
some
general,
type
you know?
of money up north, right?
Yeah.
You can come down here and live like a king.
Yeah.
I mean,
That is true.
so
I don't get mad at people coming down to
Yeah,
the South. I just
yeah.
wish they'd stop coming to Raleigh.
that's a lot of people.
It's just been a lot of
You say-
weird stuff going on down here this
I
week.
mean, yeah. Anytime you have growth anywhere and people coming from all parts of the country, it's all parts of the country of craziness that's combining with the locals who've
Wasn't
been
he
here.
from Florida?
Huh?
Wasn't Dylon from Florida or some shit?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All I remember is Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle
He said
immortalized
I just
Dylon.
think Dave Chappelle.
Right.
And you gotta say his name 5 times. That's why I'm like, what is he doing here? That's that Florida
Yeah,
shit.
Dylon said it 5 times, one for each finger. Boy, because he slapped. Apparently, he slapped the shit out that dude. If he called the police,
That's why I'm
on
like, if
him.
he's in jail,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slap
they had
that.
his mugshot. They got his mugshot.
yeah, they got his
mugshot.
Yeah,
Slap. Fired his ass.
yeah. I don't know what he did. Boy, he
they
must
locked
have
his
had
ass
some
up with the, you know, they locked somebody up out here for grinding in the store or some shit.
grinding in the store. What do you mean?
Yep.
Yo, it's been some weird shit going on out here this
What do you
week,
mean?
yo.
Grinding,
Like walking up
like just rubbing up on
and
people.
putting his crotch all up on it,
Oh wow.
Ew,
Ew.
Yes.
just out of nowhere too, dog.
that's sick, man.
Yes.
That's automatic.
Not a club, just
Anywhere.
random.
He just grinds up against people. He just walks into the store.
Hey,
You know
they
what?
lock that ass up too.
I got one better for you.
What?
Did you see the man running around the mall naked?
Oh yeah, there was a dude running around butt ass
Crabtree.
naked in Crabtree Valley Mall.
Yeah, I heard of that. I ain't see it. I heard of it.
You know what? I'm grateful I don't know these people anymore. There was a time 10, 15 years ago when some crazy shit had happened and you know the person who was there. And now you just so out of touch with the streets because you grown now.
Yeah.
You don't know these new niggas.
I mean, it's just a lot of it just
But of all.
it's a lot of hurt people out
these
here.
are trans.
Nigga ain't hurt.
Mental,
They ain't hurt.
mental.
They might be
it's-
mentally hurt or scarred, but they ain't hurt.
No. If
What
you
doing to somebody
if-
else running through the food court,
right, so if
all
okay,
your stuff
so
going like this.
No, listen.
Wiener wanging.
Y'all, you need to
I understand that. I understand on the surface it
Let me
looks
show y'all
funny,
this
but for
helicopter.
somebody to actually literally walk butt naked through the mall,
They
it
said he
had
was
to
running,
something-
though.
It's something mental.
He was
feel
walking
what
in
I'm saying?
first, and then he took off running, and they chased him.
Right.
He finally ended up running out the doors of the food court side.
Okay.
They didn't catch him?
I mean, they outside. I think they did, but
Okay.
inside they didn't.
Again, so
inside he was just like,
Who the hell wants to catch his butt ass naked too, though?
So why the man's running around naked? You're not looking at the fact that he's probably crying for help. You feel what I'm saying?
He probably on drugs.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it could be. It's still.
I wouldn't run around naked.
Somebody who resort
But I
to
do it in my own house.
any type of hardcore drugs, right? Something mental pushed them there. You feel what I'm saying?
Maybe they just enjoy it.
It could be that, but most of the time, it could be that. But most of the time, it's people who going through some deep issues, and they probably and they.
He was really high.
See, so why you taking notice about? You don't even know he high. We assuming that he is high.
Okay,
you feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like I said, we don't know that we don't. Right. So
But
again,
if he was sober and did that,
we don't know that he was sober. We going
if he was. I'm just saying if he was sober. I'm just saying think about it, if he was sober.
The way he was reacting,
running through there like that.
I mean, he probably be schizophrenic. We don't know.
Yeah, he might be schizophrenic.
Yeah, if a person
would be a more logical excuse.
Yeah, if a person's schizophrenic, they'll do some illogical type shit like that. Okay, and the difference is you had mental institutions to where people go now. Now they don't have that anymore. They done privatize that now. You got a lot of these homeless people that's out here. A lot of them have mental issues.
They're professional intersection greeters. We see them all the time.
Well, I'm talking about not the ones that's constantly, panhandling stuff like that. I don't think people intentionally wants to live homeless. I
don't think nobody intentionally wants
right,
to
exactly.
So
again,
shit happens and things happen. When
right, because all of us, if we want to be real, all of us is one
to
episode.
Run around naked.
But I'm just saying, if we want to be real, all of us is one episode away from probably being that person. If you want to be real,
who the fuck?
You don't know, bro. You don't know. You don't know what will be your breaking point.
It won't be that one.
You don't know, so you can't speak on something that you don't know. I'm always of the saying, never say never. You don't know. Something can tragically happen to you that will take you.
I'm nowhere near.
You don't know.
Run around
strip.
You don't know.
Strip.
This man he probably, like I said, mental issue, or let's just say he is on drugs. What type of drug will cause him to do a psychotic shit like that? PCP.
People be smoking that K2 shit.
I'm about to say.
You been seeing the people strip naked. That K2 stuff make you take your clothes off and strip.
They got that pure Molly out here these days.
So
like
the fact that we have drugs out here that knows that do something to you, and a person that still wants to engage and take it, you feel what I'm saying? Something mental behind it.
They have an addiction.
You can't have before you can get an addiction. Something must push you there. Before an addiction is after you done tried.
Not necessarily. Sometimes you just want to try something and then you get addicted.
Right. Exactly. That's how a lot of people, like a lot of the people that's on that boy now, they would want to try. And now they over there like this, sleep every 2 seconds because they want to try something.
Yeah, let me just see if this will help with what I'm dealing with real quick.
Yeah.
It might have been
Let
from
me see
pain
what
or
all the hype
anything.
is about.
It could have been from anything, but it could have been from pure boredness too.
Yeah.
Again, when it comes to black bodies and stuff like that, we always think the worst. But when it comes to other people, other nationalities, like, oh, they probably have a mental breakdown. No, he look brown to me.
No.
I ain't seen the video. He looked black to me.
With his hair like that.
He was black.
Oh, I thought he was black.
I thought he was black when I saw the picture when it was posted. He was black.
I don't give a fuck if you black or white. I don't give a fuck.
Michael Jackson did.
A drug is a drug.
Hey, the whole song about it.
Still jigger.
And he was dodging security like this.
I don't know. I ain't see it.
And they didn't catch him. He made it on out the door. Yeah, exactly. Every time I hit a thigh. That's all you.
Bro, I can see security right now. Like,
where's the video? I gotta find.
Oh, we got a comment. We got a comment in the chat. Charles said cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
You right,
what up, Charles? That's my nigga right there.
It is.
Yeah. Well, obviously cocaine is. It'll make you run butt naked through. Well, it could have been meth. I don't know.
I think PCP more or less.
Because
that's very
West Coast.
That's very.
It could have been both.
Both is PCP.
That could have been cocaine. It could have just been high as a kite, like.
No,
woo!
I ain't never came across no cocaine that make you take your goddamn clothes off.
Let me say this.
Unless you smoking crack.
I have seen some of these Mexicans that I hang out with, some of these I'll say some of these Hispanic people that I'm around streak after the club.
Really? Is it like the women or the dudes?
Both.
Oh God. Nah.
I've seen it. I'm just telling you, I have seen it.
I'm sure you have. That's great. Is it all? Because I already know when some shit like that happen, it ain't the women you want to see.
Of course not.
Okay.
And it's always something, and it's alcohol and some other substance. It's always.
Yeah, it's never one specific thing.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, it could just be one specific thing, but the
That's how
alcohol
I tell
going to
you,
exacerbate
motherfucker
it.
drinking, then smoke, then you probably got like 4 different drugs in their asses.
All right, let's go ahead and move on because Obama has been in the news. Obama on Thursday decided to do a speech. He was at, Hamilton College.
Yep.
And he was there for a special event, a night with President Barack Obama. And he was discussing Trump's new economic policies. I got the video queued up.
Imagine if I had done any of this. Let me just, I just want to be clear about this. Imagine that. Imagine if I had pulled Fox News' credentials from the White House press corps. You're laughing, but no, this is what's happening. Imagine if I'd said to law firms that were representing parties that were upset with policies my administration had initiated, that you will not be allowed into government buildings. We will punish you economically for dissenting from the Affordable Care Act or the Iran deal. We will ferret out students who protest against my policies. It's unimaginable that the same parties that are silent now would have tolerated behavior like that from me or a whole bunch of my predecessors. So, and I say this not on a partisan basis. This has to do with something more precious, which is, who are we as a country and what values do we stand for?
And that was Obama basically saying if he did what Trump did, we ain't got to even go further past that because we already know.
Exactly.
What's known doesn't need to be said.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Obama at Hamilton College was just basically telling people who were listening to stay vigilant throughout Trump's policies and things like that because Trump is these tariffs.
I just want to know. I just want to ask those people who said they wanted change, so they voted for him because they was getting hit in the pockets. They didn't feel like their lives would change. I want to ask them how their lives is now.
Oh, their lives are about to get jacked up.
I mean, because the thing that is mind-boggling in all of this, right? He made a campaign promise saying that he gonna lower your grocery bills. Now he's saying, "Hey, toe the line, people. We gonna go through some growing pains, y'all. Just toe the line, and better days is coming." Like, you went from an administration that was literally tackling the problem that he created.
Yeah.
Now he's undoing the progress that was coming, and it's coming to be worse because now you're sitting here, they're doing so much that they want people to be distracted. And what people got to understand is you cannot succumb to temptation thinking if you toe the line, your life is going to get better. It's not, especially if you're black or brown. And what people need to understand is of him undoing the Department of Education, remember, it was nothing but like 60 years ago when states had rights. Black people couldn't go to school. Black people couldn't get the essential things that a white student can get in their district. As a matter of fact, black people couldn't even go into certain colleges because state rights said it was illegal for black people to know how to read and write. So when people is sitting here thinking that these changes, and especially some black people, because I've heard a lady here locally saying, well, I would like to take my tax dollars and do what I want to do. So now you're telling me you want to pay for school from Head Start all the way to college. And then we all know in some degrees that you get in college doesn't formulate into a better life because they're watering it down. So now, people, it doesn't matter whether you're independent, Republican, Democrat. If you're not understanding what's going on, they're doing so much to keep us divided. Outside of keeping us divided, they're stripping the Constitution down right in front of our faces.
Damn. Yeah, so it's basically on us to stay vigilant throughout these rough times because it's about to get rough, boy.
No, it ain't about to. It is.
No, it's about to get worse.
I'm just saying because this is when white folks pay attention, when they can't go on them vacations, when they can't go on your vacations, when you can't do those extra things during the summer and holidays and shit, that's when y'all notice. But see, what you're not understanding is everybody will listen to all the BS because they tap in to your inner evil, and you facilitate that to now. A lot of these red districts it's hitting them. Them federal jobs, a lot of them is in red districts.
I had a conversation with it was a little white lady. She was sweet as I don't know what, and she did vote for Trump, whole family. And she feels like she has been betrayed. And then let me tell you what she said. She said he was gonna do this and he did this and he hasn't did this and he's not gonna do this and I should have never done that. So the whole family was agreeing with like, yeah, we should have did it. So it's a lot of people that's actually seeing into stuff they didn't see before and saw how he said he was gonna do one thing and didn't do it and switched up. See, we already knew.
Yeah, I mean, blacks.
We already prepared ourselves for it. People that were voting for him and had all their hopes and everything he was saying is now actually seeing that he did not tell the truth
it's over,
about a lot of
but
things.
See, one thing you can't say in this election,
he told the truth. They turned a blind eye.
They turned a blind eye. He told them exactly what it was.
But they were like,
didn't think it was going to affect.
Exactly, because of their whiteness, they didn't feel like it was going to touch them.
And then they didn't think it was going to affect them.
And it is. All those farmers who voted for Trump, y'all, they on the verge of losing their damn farms because when he shut down the USDA, a lot of them farmers that grow them grain and stuff, they had government contracts. I just said, what was the act I just said a couple weeks ago?
Wasn't it the Farmer Act or something?
Something of the nature. I was just saying that people got to understand when they stop these government, and see, this is where they threw out dog meat out there for them to bite on, to get that shit, and all it was a distraction. They say words like woke and stuff like that. That's racial right there. You feel what I'm saying? But when we use the word woke, it was just something different. They took it and made it racial because black folks. And what people not understanding is now all these mass deportation they don't have. Who's going to fill these jobs?
They coming back.
No, they not. No. No, in Florida. They're trying to pass a bill to basically all these child protective rights that they had, working rights they have for children. They're trying to take away that. And the child labor laws, and if they get their way, 16-year-olds have to work at night, school nights, working 40-hour jobs. So you know who that's going to affect? Poor people, black or white. If you're poor And they're sitting here attacking the middle class. They want this a two-class system. Either you work or you rich. So what people's not understanding, white folks, because this is on y'all heads. Y'all overwhelmingly vote this man in and not knowing fascism is right here in our faces.
And cheated him in.
They're sitting here power grabbing, just like here in the Supreme Court. The Democrat, what's her name? She was leading Griffin, the Republican. The appellate court, which is majority Republicans, party line 2-1, gave the doors for Griffin to be able to upend the people's will, power grabbing. So now, you remember where last year and even now you hear Trump saying that the election was rigged when we're looking right here in our own state that they're sitting here trying to upend. Because if you get it a majority Republicans on the Supreme Court, that means all bills is not going to favor the people.
He talking about it was rigged. He rigged it. This one.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody cry wolf, they usually the
President
ones
Trump.
that are culprits.
Now they did rig. Did you hear about that election here? That one in North Carolina about they're trying to throw away.
That's what I'm talking
The
about.
one that's still doing the
That's what I'm
counting.
talking about.
Yeah.
That's for the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So the
North
Republican
Carolina
Griffin,
Supreme
he
Court.
was losing by 743 votes.
Yeah.
He's trying to get 65,000 votes tossed out. And a lot of those voters are actually living. They done came out and spoke, and they voted, and they're legally voted. And a lot of them is Republican voters as well. So, again, the thing about it is people who voted for this thinking that it wasn't going to touch them.
And now it's touching them, and they like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
But we like,
How you got billionaires running the country?
you know, we do.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. How do you think a billionaire can relate to you? They can't. They can't.
So they give you hope you could try to get to their status one day and be just like them.
And all they gonna do, you want to join the cool kids. You're gonna get a cool kids club, and all they doing is playing your face. Because as all these mass deportations is out, all these jobs need to be filled from the fields to just everyday jobs. So that means kids ain't even, and then on top of that, you got Dr. Oz in control of Medicaid and Medicare. So that means you seniors, you poor people, especially white Americans in these poor states like Kentucky, West Virginia, and certain places like Indiana, that you need these services and you stay out in rural areas. That affects y'all.
Yes, it does.
That affects y'all. Just like y'all was talking about DEI, that affects y'all. But since Fox and Newsmax put a color on it and using that, y'all went for it and y'all played yourselves.
Yes, they did. So, I think it's time to move on from the political topics because it was a little hot.
Right?
Yeah, I wanted to move on to a less divisive but more divisive topic, which is Drake and Kendrick Lamar and Universal Media Group in this lawsuit going on because Drake's team scored a minor victory on Thursday. It looks like a judge okayed Drake's team to get Kendrick Lamar's contracts as well as salary information from Universal Music Group. So basically the judge allowed this for his defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group for the song Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. So Drake basically stated in his original lawsuit that Kendrick Lamar called him a pedo and insinuated that he had a thing for underage, I hope, women. Well, no, not underage, but
Damn, dog.
I meant like women.
Damn.
I just meant women. I hope he ain't out here ruining boys, but underage is wrong. No matter what. It's just.
Kendrick got him out here.
Yeah, so.
Taking people for hugs and shit.
Yeah, so Drake.
Damn.
Now, mind you, now even though he won this, there's still a possibility that it can get dismissed. So even though that he won this,
Well, he didn't win anything.
No,
actually.
no, he won this minor victory.
This
This minor victory. it still doesn't mean he gonna get an actual opportunity to look at it because they had pushed it off to see if the judge is actually gonna end up dismissing the whole lawsuit out the gate. So
But you know what I noticed? Kendrick has been one step ahead.
Has he?
I mean, if you think about it, he's been one step ahead of the whole situation. Like, he had the underage girl perform. She was underage when he dated her, but she performed with him. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's always one step ahead, so he didn't lie.
I mean, yeah.
You know, so that you can't say that was a lie because she was underage when they dated.
Well,
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So he's always one step ahead. That's why he smiled like that, because he could do what you gonna do. Sue me.
I mean, outside of that, though, I mean, it just proved what he was saying. He's a culture vulture. You feel what I'm saying? Because ain't no real rapper gonna do no sucker shit like that.
It's
You
not.
feel what
I
I'm
won't
saying?
even call it sucker shit, but what it is he's dumb. It's like he's the boys. You're weaponizing this shit.
Right.
You lost a rap battle.
Everybody, but the thing about it is what he
Right.
weaponizing.
Taking it-
Everybody has the same ammunition. He just this time he
No. He's changed. He's actually taken. Like I was saying, like I was talking to homies. Like I look at that like this. It's a lot of shit as far as like technology and with videos and cameras that you're not supposed to see.
right.
You know, you're just not supposed to.
Right, and he's telling it.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's moved this whole instead of it being on, like never seen or nothing. He's actually
Exposing everything.
He's bringing it to an arena or a stadium. Now everybody's brought out the cameras
Right.
and shit, and this is what happened. Like this shit is insane.
So the thing, what I'm saying is,
you
he
weaponizing
has
the judicial
he
system.
he has privy to the same
Like
thing.
lawyers, yo?
Right.
Like this
This
is
is reason why.
because you lost.
This is the reason why. This is the reason why K Dot said the culture has spoke. Why the niggas down there ATL was giving the info he was, because this is how the nigga was moving.
Like I said, he's one step ahead.
He's
He already
moving.
know what he gonna do, but he already got the proof
He does his shit in a calculated way. He try to act like he friendly you, but he just finessing you just to steal whatever you got to make himself better than what he actually is. So he's doing that.
Kendrick clocked his T. He can't take it.
I mean, outside of that though, I mean, if you look where he moved to now. He's down there. He moved after that. He moved to Houston. Yeah. So now you stealing all the niggas shit down there in Texas and their shit.
Well, at first I was against it because of the reason he lost the battle, but as I'm finding out more details about the lawsuit, he's not actually suing Kendrick Lamar. He's suing UMG.
Universal. Yeah. He talking about how the bots and shit push the song further than it would have actually. Right. In other words, what he's saying is,
I want to see your contract.
If you take away,
he's a Karen.
In other words, if you take away the technology that's supposed to push your music, then he trying to say it still wouldn't have been nothing.
Yeah.
He should never push the button in the first place.
One thing I'm
if
cool
just
with,
left it alone and not say what he had to say, Kendrick wouldn't have came back with what he came back with, and it wouldn't been this big, but he started it.
Yeah, but what I'm cool with is Drake is trying to expose these executives behind the scenes. He wants to see everybody's salary. He wants to see Kendrick Lamar's contract. He wants to see the top executive salaries.
So what's that's going to prove?
Right. If Kendrick made more money than him,
what that prove?
Right.
What
I don't know what it's trying to prove.
What it prove? You looking at how much I'm making or whoever else making?
All I know is he's putting these people in power under a microscope.
Right. So what he doing is he also hurting himself in the process, because
you
got to do business with him.
But he's not suing Kendrick.
I understand that.
He just wants to know what's going on, and he wants to put a spotlight on some of these execs. And of course, he's doing it because he lost a rap battle.
Of course.
I want to know what these execs is doing too.
I mean, we all know what it is, but the fact of the matter is how you doing it, and you're not doing it. You're not doing it for a...
Oh, he's not doing it for a pure cause.
Exactly.
He's doing it because he lost a rap battle.
So again, it's a sucker move.
That's what it's all about.
But at the same time, these executives are executives. I mean, these are white folks.
Right.
Well, these are white folks behind the scenes pulling strings.
We all know that.
So Drake wants to know what the behind the scenes.
Is he white? Is he white? He white. He knows.
I mean, but I'm for what he's doing just because I want to know what's going on behind the scenes.
What we already know.
They've been doing.
We already know. Other
music,
hip hop
more
legends
popular,
has
make
told
more money
you
off of
how
it.
these deals go down.
Yeah. So
we
maybe
seen it.
there's some shit that's gonna get shed to light.
Will it change anything?
It could. I mean, if what they discover causes Drake to win the lawsuit, it's going to shake up.
This is the reason why it won't, because since I've been in business, I've seen the shift in business overall here in this country and all over the world, especially in this country. And based off who's in leadership right now, it's like every man for himself. You feel what I'm saying? So it's all about who got the power, money, power, respect. If you got all three of that, you can pretty much take what the fuck you want.
Exactly, and the executive have that money, power, and the respect.
Yeah.
So by him trying to go against them, you know what I'm saying? He gonna put himself in the hole. He gonna mess himself up. Yeah. All because he lost the rap battle.
Yeah, it is all because he lost the rap battle.
He tended the thing.
Yes, he is. Now, Charles is in the chat. He says, will the label be able to win if they show they gave back-to-back the same push when Drake went against Meek Mill?
Probably will.
That they gave Not Like Us.
And see, that's what I just said. He's exposed to something that he had the same latitude as well. The only difference is it went against you this time and you feeling sore about it. It's almost like, well, I brought my ball to the game, and since I lost, I'm going to take my ball and I'm going home.
Yeah.
Y'all got to find something else. You see what I'm saying? And me personally, when that joint went between him and Meek Mill, he wasn't considered the top dog. He was on up and rising and stuff. So I can see it where in this situation we're going to say it benefited him when against Meek. You feel what I'm saying? I can see that scenario actually happening. So this is the reason why I'm like, why are you doing it? Because you might end up exposing your own hand.
That's what
you're doing.
I'm sure he's aware of that. I'm sure his lawyers.
Right. But he doing all this because your lawyers are doing this, their lawyers are doing stuff.
So he tapping into his white side right now.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, I fully agree with that.
Ain't no nigga doing no shit like this, bro.
Yes.
That's almost like what we talking about J. Cole apologizing and shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, you sit here putting a lawsuit together, pretty much something that you possibly benefited as you came your way up to stardom.
Well, I'm going to keep my eyes on this Drake and Kendrick lawsuit as it progresses. And like I said, as much as I'm for Kendrick and all that, but I'm still kind of with Drake. Just I want to see the inner workings. That's all I care about.
You just want the details. We already
right.
we know.
I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm about to say we know who pulled the strings. You just want the dirty intel. All right, I got you.
I want the intel.
I got you.
Manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear manager.
All right, so let's move on from the Drake lawsuit.
L, man, he can't take an L. That's terrible.
Yeah, he refuses to take that.
Like I said, he got Kendrick got him out here asking people for hugs and stuff. That song,
know
Give
the
Me a
fuck.
Hug.
That song's still hot. Fuck what you're talking
about.
You like it?
Yes.
I don't.
Mm.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Telling all the strippers to come off and give them a hug. They ain't been hugging you since then. You need a hug that bad, you gotta beg people for a hug.
He ain't begging.
Mm-hmm.
Come give me a hug. They ain't gave you a hug. You ain't been hugged. You need to be hugged. Oh, somebody hug that man.
Mm-hmm.
He asking for hugs. Somebody please give him a hug.
Okay. I wanted to move on from that because Terrence Howard was in the news this week. Terrence Howard was on a podcast this week, the PBD podcast, on Friday, and he decided to tell a story that he had an encounter with Diddy that didn't end too well. I got the video queued up. Oh, why is this not playing?
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
And that was Terrence Howard on the podcast.
Why do I feel like people are just trying to, and it's fucked up too, is black people on top of that. Diddy in a compromised situation, all right? Mm-hmm. And it seemed like everybody's trying to take their shots. But if that nigga was out, you ain't saying shit. We ain't here. Hold on. Let me. Yeah, but to me, he talk about the man card. That's a bitch move right there to me. Like the man is locked up. You ain't said shit for over. You been knowing this man. You been to them parties. So if you was at any Diddy party, you was complicit about what the fuck was going on. I don't want to hear nobody talking shit afterwards now, trying to get viral moments, because that's a weak move right there. If you was there, shut the fuck up. That's just my opinion.
Well, if Diddy's as dangerous as they say he is, wouldn't this really be the only time you can speak out?
Exactly. He ain't dangerous, bro.
I'm just saying.
Come on,
come on, nigga. Fuck out of here with that shit.
But he's not.
You're not gonna say that.
He's not talking.
You're not gonna say he ain't dangerous.
He's not.
There's a level of violence that comes with Diddy. There is a level of violence that comes with Diddy, and I'm not saying he's a violent person.
He's dangerous.
Come on, bro.
I'm not saying he's a violent person,
but if, like I'm saying, if this media mogul, you see what I'm saying? If he's as dangerous as some people think or thought that he actually is or was, wouldn't this really be the only time that you could say something? Or maybe he signed an NDA. Who knows? Who knows?
No, bro. Again, this is the reason why I say it's neither or, because he's speaking with confidence and he's stressing man card. I will never do this, never compromise. So he's not talking like he's scared. So he's talking like he's trying to catch a viral moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, you ain't been talking. Feel me? If you talk about a man card moment, shut the fuck up. Why are you talking? It's like you just trying to he's in a complicated situation and you just want to pour it on like everybody else doing. Remember, why is everybody turned on Diddy? Why is really Diddy people is mad at Diddy? They're not mad about them freak offs. They're mad about the fact that he supposedly got away with beating Cassidy ass. That's it. That's the reason why. Because that's the reason why the feds leaked the video so the public would turn against him. So now with anything that goes on, everybody is down with the crucifixion, which is wrong. That's not it. That's not what the case is built off of her lawsuit. That's what this case is built off of. And all the other frivolous lawsuits behind it. She was the only one that got paid. Say what?
Like when she did what she did, you know what I'm saying? That made people feel more comfortable about coming out about what else going on.
I wasn't even talking about Cassie,
every
though.
lawsuit is bunny.
I wasn't even talking about Cassie.
It got nothing to do with being scared, because if you got proof somebody did something to you and a nigga locked up, you're going to the police. You're not. Everybody's going for money. Nobody's pressing no charges against Diddy. The feds is building a case based off of frivolous ass lawsuits, and because he paid they are, because he hasn't paid none of them, and a lot of them been dismissed.
You talking about Cassie lawsuit?
No, she was the only one that was paid, and that was the crux of them starting their case. Now everybody else with all these other, they know all these lawsuits that's out here is bullshit. They just trying to catch something that wants something that will stick.
I'll give you that because a lot of these are just off of these alleged freak offs. Like this is just on some sexual prowess shit they're trying to catch them on.
And it's nothing like that because everybody.
But that's not even what I was talking about. There's other stories and tales. I'm not talking about Cassie, my nigga. I'm not talking about Cassie.
And what I'm saying is,
what you call it?
What I'm saying is, if all these people
Allegedly
saying this, right, you bypassing justice and you're going civil money. So you don't give a fuck about justice. You want money.
I'm gonna throw one name at you, and I'm just going. And he hasn't said nothing. He doesn't want to say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But Shine,
okay,
he doesn't want nothing.
He didn't have to say nothing. Diddy took care of him. He got right. How you think he
did his time and got
out.
When he got nothing out of it.
When he got out, he got taken care of. How you think when he got that gun charge, you lose your status here in America. He couldn't come back here because of that. How he got here. He did favors for him.
Didn't do hardly nothing for him.
At all.
Okay.
At all. Left him in there.
That's why he didn't believe now.
And blamed everything
on him.
No,
he can come here now.
He's
the prime minister.
No, what's the that? No,
Diddy
had donated to his charity, bro.
That's not him. The charity.
No, he did. It's all about visual. He didn't want him to give it the money, so he accepted it him by giving it to charity. So Diddy had done something, and Sean has took that. That's another reason why he ain't saying shit.
The reason Sean got locked up.
We know that shit, but that's not the point. What I'm saying, this is the point. No, what we talking about is you trying to paint him saying that he's dangerous. Ain't nothing throughout.
You know how many stories and how many people have said
anybody so fucking what? What proof have we seen?
We seen him beat the shit out of Cassie in the elevator.
Oh my God, bro. We ain't seen no proof of nothing. Cause why this man has not been charged with anything? Not even until now.
Cause everybody's scared. You know what fear can do to
bro,
exactly.
Come on, bro.
On me.
I'ma say this again. All these people who supposedly scared, they're taking civil suits. That's money, bro. If you want justice, you can press charges, get this motherfucker locked up, and you can still get the money. They don't want no fucking. They don't want no fucking justice, bro. It's money, bro.
And not just you, your family. That's
exactly.
the thing. See, that's the thing. I ain't
again. We can get deep into it because this shit has been going on for decades. This ain't nothing new. A lot of this shit is that's supposed to be litigated is rehashed because of cancel culture, trying to recorrect some shit that's already done. None of this shit they talking about is recent. So let's keep that shit in mind.
Because people ain't saying shit
Come
until
on, bro.
now.
All right.
It's recent
that
now.
Shit weak
because
as fuck. Like I said, it's weak. It's weak, and that's the reason why that man won't do no time.
Not for what they're trying to lock him up for now, correct?
They don't have shit, bro.
That's what I just said.
They don't have shit.
That's what I just said. But you still didn't answer my question. You just went off on a
you're
tangent.
saying because of stories, a few people who may have grudge. Yeah, nigga. What proof have you seen that he actually did this shit? I'll wait.
Like I said,
I'm not taking what somebody might got a beef with him. I'm answering the question. What proof that corroborate what you saying?
You've never answered the question.
What proof? What you're saying that this man is supposed to be dangerous, from what people said.
Okay.
So what proof have we seen?
We seen the shit out of Cassie in a hallway.
I'm not talking
You saw one incident.
That's violence.
One incident.
But I'm not
Kid Cudi's
bro, that don't show history.
He expect to punch somebody too in a club or
He
somewhere.
may
In the Joker outfit.
I know.
There's
A
several.
man's car exploded.
Yeah, thank
Do
you.
we have proof that he did
You're
that?
saying proof. All I'm
Yes.
saying is there's
I'm not
something
going
attached
off
to
of
his
what,
name.
And see, this is how
We have
this is how
Cassie's testimony.
this is how black bodies get crucified in the media because you're based off of what's being said. Nothing has been proven that he actually did it. Nothing has been corroborated that he actually did it. That's all I'm saying. Until that man actually been proven that he done it, I don't give a fuck what
And this
nobody
goes back
say.
exactly like
Somebody
I was just
can say
saying.
you did that shit. You don't know.
It's
It's
the
a
same
lie.
thing I was saying with the Drake scenario. Y'all want everybody to have cameras everywhere. The cameras have to be out now and capture every single thing. And I'm not saying the nigga's guilty or not. I'm not saying he's guilty or not, but just letting you tell it. He's never done anything. All I'm saying is,
just based off
if
what
there's a level,
said that,
if there's something
dangerous.
attached to your name and it continuously follows you, whether there's proof or not. Whether there's proof or not, it's going to follow you. Now, if these people are scared or not to testify, that's something entirely different. But if they're saying there's a level of violence that follows this man's name, whether it's proven or not in the court of law, dark-skinned Drake, that has nothing to do with somebody
10 niggas can say,
going to court and saying this or that.
So 10 niggas, 2 of them probably viable.
That's just like Suge Knight.
Oh, so
Suge Knight got hella stories attached to him. Same scenario.
I don't care about it. Could be stories against you. Stories against you.
I've had stories against me.
Right, and most of them wasn't true. The fact of the matter is
they may have not.
Okay, then. So what I'm saying is I'm not of the masses to where I'm going off what another nigga said, and unless there's proof, unless you either had it out with him.
Do you know this nigga personally?
I don't know him, but
I know this nigga personally.
No, but do you know him?
I'm just asking a
because
question.
you're sitting here. You're sitting here saying stories following him.
Do you know him? Yes, because since I don't know him,
right.
I've heard this story.
So how is you saying that this man dangerous? So you heard stories
because the stories I've heard that follow him are dangerous.
Do you know the people that saying?
Violent.
Do you know the? Hold on. Do you know the people that saying? Do you know the people that saying?
I've heard different people have. I've had different people with different scenarios that contain violence.
Right. Because just like how people are saying that violence come behind, they can say the same about you. They can say the same about you. The fuck they can.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't.
Have we seen any proof that this man done it?
No, they. You know why they can't say it about me?
Why can't they?
Because you can ask anybody around about me, and the stories they'll tell you are, man, that nigga smoke hella weed. Man, that nigga drink mad liquor. Yo, that's a cool ass nigga right there. That's the only thing they're gonna say about me. You can ask 100,000 people about me, and that's gonna be the story.
And this is where your argument is gonna fall mute.
It never will.
Because I'm gonna tell you why.
It never will.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you cannot.
Yes,
I repeat, you tell me what successful nigga. It ain't gotta be no nigga. Hold on, I'm about to break it down for you, bro. Since what other niggas say and nobody no charges, nothing. What I'm saying is what other niggas say that a nigga out here doing some fuck shit and they make it to be a billionaire. I'll wait. You had to what?
Trump?
Nigga, because there's a lot of motherfuckers like him, as we can see.
You just asked me a question, I answered it.
No, it's people that walks like him.
You asked me a question, I answered it.
I said, what nigga, black. Now, let me specify, because when it's white, it's totally different. Who?
Jigga? Jay-Z?
No. So you saying.
Sean Carter.
Yeah. What about him? So you're saying what? He avoided.
He doesn't have any stories of violence attached to him as well? He doesn't have a lot of stories of people saying he fucked them over. That's what you're telling me. He doesn't have that.
Every successful person did.
You're asking me, and I'm asking you because it's going back and forth.
The fact of the matter is,
do
we take word? Do we take word over lack of proof that what they say is valid?
You take.
That's what I'm saying.
Something continuously comes up. If something continuously comes up, and it's not from the same individual, it's from different sects, different populations of people. I'm just saying, and like I said, you can get all get loud. That's fine with me. It doesn't bother me none. It doesn't bother me none. But if it's several different people and several different segments of people saying that,
stay on track.
It's a little dangerous. It's a little violent, or something may have happened when he was around, or the people that are with him. They might be this or that. If that always comes up, you don't think that's going to stick?
Right.
No matter how many times. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they'll never say that about me. They won't say that about me because the people I run with,
because
it's
niggas,
just me.
It don't matter, bro.
It does matter.
If niggas don't like you, and they got a beef against you, niggas can lie. So what the fuck?
But
niggas lie.
I don't know her. And
everybody that's talking don't even know who said this shit, number one.
Him and me and probably him all know the same thing from, like, it's like you hear the same thing from, it's like either the same information or different sets of the information, but where did it come from? How do we know the same?
And that's not knowing. And that's not knowing. Go ahead. And that's not knowing. Like, maybe it's because of you, nigga. Maybe because of how you act, that's how the way he act. But you got other niggas that can speak on him like, nah, that nigga don't walk like that. Right, that's what I'm talking about.
But
For every person that has something to say about Diddy, he had about 5 or 10 niggas that will say otherwise.
Okay, but
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Let me say. So
that's all I'm saying.
But it still
they ain't
goes
on the
to
payroll.
But hold on. Either way, it's still people that have to combat that and say, oh. I mean, they may have done that, but no, he ain't always like that. That only happens some of the time.
What I just said was for every person who had a gripe against him or say he did violence come behind him, he has other people that just as valid. They got statue, they got their own shit going to say, nah, that man don't move like that. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna listen to somebody who may ain't got shit or who got a beef against him, or I'm gonna take heed of somebody who just as powerful as he is, and they can make moves just like he is. It mellows out. So until you actually know for yourself, that's moot. So now for us, no.
You gotta take
for
all
us,
information.
listen to what I'm saying, bro.
None of us.
Let's get something straight. Let's get something straight. What I'm saying is this. None of us knows from who the people who's talking. We don't know whether that shit real or not. Let's let that stay out there. And until if it's just like
that means you're proving my point.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not proving your point
because if
we don't know the people. What I'm saying is
no.
I said,
but they're so scared.
I said, who's scared? How are you scared when you're going for money?
Does it not?
That's not scared. That's what.
And it can't fear.
This is why I say you're talking. And this is why I say you're talking, not listening. The law, the cases that's being built up against Diddy is based off of frivolous lawsuit. It's originated off of Cassie. You can go up in NBC News, right?
I'm not talking about.
Hold on, my man. You just said you're not even indulged in this shit. You feel what I'm saying? So
what do you mean?
Hold on. Because you missed this conversation where he said that.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So because again, if we're asking you, do you want to put input in this? You like whatever the case may be.
I be on camera for real, but I said I don't mind putting input.
What I'm saying is this to what you're saying, talking about he's dangerous. You don't know that. None of us know.
Dangerous. I said that.
You said based off
the level of violence that's attached to his name. Of course.
So I'm not taking what somebody say, and if I don't have a direct,
it's been seen.
I don't give a fuck.
In more than one situation.
Again, has the man been charged? Has he been convicted on any of this shit you talking about?
We still see
Has any of this shit been conviction? No conviction. I don't want to talk. You ain't got no conviction. I don't want to talk.
I'm not even gonna say that.
I don't give a fuck what a broke nigga say, talking about me, because you got plenty of niggas that hate you and will say some fuck shit about you. All I'm saying is everything that's been said.
I know niggas
everything
like
that's been said. I haven't seen no proof.
I know niggas like Shine.
Yeah, they got
J-Lo.
Like, too many
all these people with stories. And I'm not saying that they're. And I'm not even saying that they're real or not. I'm not even going there, bro. How you gonna talk about? You trying to say? So now you trying to say he killed his ex-wife? Nobody saying he did anything.
So why is that even part of what we saying?
Because she said in her book that he was violent.
Come on, bro. We talking about a dead woman now.
It don't matter.
Yo, that shit is bogus, bro.
If she wrote
what y'all saying is, if somebody had, what y'all saying, no, what I'm saying,
and we're going to discredit the dead woman.
No, what I just said, you're talking about what other people are saying. So that means if people sit here talking, and if a few niggas who's supposed to be credible, their word, and this man has not been convicted in the court of law.
Not talking about conviction of anything.
We just talking about what people say.
And what the fuck I'm saying is, I'm not going off what other people say. That's what that's the whole thing I'm talking about. So why
you've never heard of Diddy being violent?
I heard plenty. I heard stories, but what the fuck I just said was I ain't seen shit on video. I didn't see people come out.
On video.
And most of the people that say
go get the camera. We about to go hurt people. We're gonna go extort.
They have a
go get the camera
against the man. They got an issue against him. Shit, I don't care. I ain't keep it up. No,
I'm pretty sure all them bitches know.
Well, I don't listen. My life is busy enough. I ain't got time to keep it up with niggas every step.
What you're saying
get the camera.
What I'm saying
we're about to go do some illegal activity.
What I'm saying is, Unless you took this man to court, you press charges on him for whatever he did. I'm not going off of hearsay.
He has had charges pressed on him for being violent.
Exactly.
Not this incident, but I mean, Diddy's been famous for 30 plus.
Other incidents.
I mean, niggas died at the Heavy D concert.
So what? Say what?
Exactly.
Niggas got stampeded to death at the Heavy D.
So that was
concert.
his fault.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was sued and he had to settle.
It was his fault, man.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what?
It was his fault. He was a promoter and he did not
do his job.
He overflooded the building. It was a fire hazard.
Okay.
A stampede happened.
So
Six people died.
violence. That's violence.
Yes.
That's considered violence on
he
him.
was legally responsible
That's
for that.
considered violence on his part.
It's violence.
It's
How
violence.
is he violent because he overpacked
If
a
6
building?
people died, it was violent.
Yo.
If one person
That
died,
shit
They deemed him
Hey, look.
responsible.
If somebody
for it.
got hurt real bad, it's violence.
In a lawsuit. He did not criminally was charged for that in a lawsuit. In a lawsuit, he was convicted of overpacking a building. But how does that constitute of him a violent person?
He has settled out of court for violence.
How does that?
Right.
No.
Like I said,
Listen to what you're saying,
Look at
bro.
all the people
Listen
that
to
make
what
it
you're
a bad
saying.
show.
He
He has a
packed a
history.
show out.
Think
He
about
packed a show out. A stampede
That's
happened.
one incident.
and
There was also
hold on,
incidents
bro.
of people getting
I
jumped.
asked a simple question. He packed a show out.
Yes.
A stampede happened.
Yes.
A few people died, and he's a violent person because of that.
No, he's negligent. He was
So
found
that's
negligent.
the question I just asked. How is that even part of the discussion? How does that?
Because people
how does
die
that?
when Diddy's around.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this
Okay.
Diddy
again.
carried
You're
the
saying
He's
violent.
like Final Destination, nigga.
All right,
Diddy.
y'all
he's
got
the
it.
tree laws.
He has settled lawsuits for putting hands on people,
Exactly.
artists, executives.
Exactly.
Again, lawsuits.
He has a
Lawsuits.
Doesn't that mean okay?
He has a
Lawsuits.
history of violence
hold on,
that
hold
is
on,
clearly
Lawsuits.
documented.
You said
Because they don't
lawsuit.
sue don't mean he's not violent.
Lawsuits.
No, but
Because
you're
it's
saying,
not-
hold on, Kelly, hold on. He's saying the main thing though. They're filing lawsuits.
Yeah.
Some of these people are scared. Some aren't.
You so
But now
scared,
they're
but you going for the
filing
money
lawsuits.
though. You so scared, but you going for the
What
money though.
else can you do?
Nigga, you could lock his ass. You could get him.
Yeah.
These are
Hold
civil
on, bro.
trials.
Hold on.
These aren't criminal
Hold
trials,
on.
bro.
First of all, let's get something straight. When
You
it
are
comes
the
to
weapon-
civil
Damn,
suit,
you really are dark-skinned
the
Drake.
bar level. Hold on, bro. Because see, y'all niggas gonna talk about some lawsuit.
Well,
All right, well, we talk. Go sit your sick ass down. Hey, listen. What I'm saying is this. The fact of the matter is, lawsuits doesn't count as convictions. If the man is so violent, and everybody got proof, you can get the nigga locked up and still get the money. But when you sue somebody,
Come
the
take a
bar
shot,
of
sit
proving
down.
guilt is lower than it is going in the court of law. That's what the fuck I'm saying. It's easier to win filing a lawsuit versus taking it to court.
Criminally, yeah.
All right, then. So what I'm saying is, if you so scared, why you taking the cheap way out to
get to
get
where it
something?
hurts.
You're not getting justice. You're getting money. You're getting paid.
That still mean he's still violent.
That don't mean no
How
fucking
do you
violence,
know,
bro.
but
That
hold
don't
on,
bring no fucking
how do you
violence,
know
bro.
that what he did to them wasn't financially hurt?
What about the people who did file charges against Diddy for violence?
Do we have any of those? Do we have any of that?
Yes, he
Give me
settled out
that-
of court with people for charges against violence, man.
Again, if you're going to set money versus this is what I'm saying. You got proof that this man done something to you, right? He can get
I
convicted.
don't have proof. I'm just saying we've heard stories.
So if you're going to take these stories as if, well, I heard it X amount of times, like this has got to be true.
Not true, but we just heard. And that's why I say you're not understanding.
I'm
anything
understanding
asking.
completely. What I'm saying to you
It's like a
is
all
no.
I'm
What
saying-
I'm
all we're
saying to
saying is the
you
track
is that what
record.
I've been
He has a
saying the
track
whole
record.
time
Right.
as being part of the
Your track
media.
record follows
No,
you.
it does. It's not a track record if it ain't nigga. If
I teach my
the fucking track
now I'm
record is
done.
when your
I can't.
ass get
I can't.
convicted in court.
A track record.
A court of
this is what I
law.
teach. Fuck law.
Court of law,
Fuck
nigga.
law.
I don't give a
Fuck
fuck
law.
about street law, nigga.
Fuck
that
street
shit
law.
That shit don't mean
This
no
nigga
nothing
sounds
now.
so goddamn
No, you sound
immature.
crazy as hell right now.
Hold on. Nah, hold on a second.
No.
Hold on. No. Stop. And this is how I know
Yeah.
community is done. Our community is fucking done.
Yeah,
this
please.
nigga's bringing up law and street.
Yeah,
and all-
nigga, because you tried on one
Can I
leg,
finish?
you talking about
I
what
ain't said
niggas
nothing.
saying, bro.
You're just
You
talking
saying
over
what
me now.
niggas talking
Keep
is
yelling and
valid.
screaming. Because you're being violent.
No, ain't nobody being violent.
I'm being
and that's the fuck what I'm talking about. Because a black person talk louder and shit. Oh, you violent. You angry.
I said
you fall. That's a white narrative right there.
He's not doing that because
come on, bro. You don't do that, man. You part of me. You get some responsibility.
I am pulling up a list of Diddy's charges.
Please go on.
And while you do that,
give me all the convictions. Give me all the convictions. Give me all the convictions.
Let me finish my point.
Give me all the convictions.
Dub is talking.
Hold on. Can I finish my point while you finish up these charges?
Ahead.
And this is all I'm saying. And fuck streets, fuck laws, fuck all that shit, nigga. I teach my children. Fuck everything else you just said. Your track record follows you from birth to the fucking time you're right here in front of me, my nigga. I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Nigga, I'm not. What I'm saying is, niggas can lie,
there you go,
bro.
cutting me off. I don't
That's
give a fuck about lying. Here you go, cutting me off.
Speak what the fuck
I didn't
I'm
cut
saying,
you off
speak
at all.
on that shit.
I said track record. Hold on, let me finish. I teach my kids this, and I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
What do you mean
but
what the fuck I'm talking about?
Your track record follows you from the time that you are born to the time that you die. And there's no other way that you can look at your track record, regardless of how you look at it and how you view it. Your track record is what everybody else sees, what everybody else hears. Not what you hear, not what you think, but what you have done and how everybody else sees what you have done. Not how you think you have done in your world and your mind. No, don't give a fuck about what you think, and that's fine.
Nigga, ain't nobody
what
talking
I mean
like
by
that. That's
is,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
And my point is proven.
No, the point ain't proven.
Go ahead, Doug.
You talking about what other niggas saying. What I'm saying is I don't go off of what other niggas say, because how that person may come at you is maybe your energy deserve that shit.
You talk so much that you can't listen.
Both of y'all are like wrong as shit right now, because I have a whole list of facts in front of me.
How am I wrong?
Because I'm talking. In 2003,
fuck you, nigga. I'm definitely right on my shit.
Two wrong niggas cut off the right nigga. But in 2003, Kirk Burroughs sued Combs and claimed that Diddy extorted him and forced him to give up shares of Bad Boy Records through threats of violence. Okay, in 2005, an assault charge against Combs filed by a Michigan television host was resolved out of court.
Hold on real quick. These are convictions? Or are they just charges?
These are allegations, lawsuits.
Okay, so please.
I'm going through them.
Right. No, bro. No.
I'm going through them.
Go ahead. I'm asking.
In 2007.
I'm asking specific questions, because when you're labeling this, right, these are charges or lawsuits. Name that, and if they have been resolved, how they've been resolved. For clarity. I'm asking that.
Can you let me tell you? Combs,
shut the hell up, bro.
Combs was sued for battery in 2007, claiming a man claims he had punched him outside of a Hollywood nightclub. Dude was pressing charges against Diddy, but Combs settled out of court for an undisclosed amount in March 2000. So he paid the man to not put charges on them.
All right.
Settles out of court.
Okay, so he settled out of court. So I'm like, 2015, Combs was arrested for aggravated assault after an altercation with his son's football coach at UCLA on July 2nd, 2015. The assault charges were eventually dropped. Yeah. So, I mean, you've got him getting arrested. You got charges.
He get arrested. He got press charges pressed against him.
The charges were dropped.
Because they took money.
Because the guy took money and dropped the charges. So Diddy has a history of violence and gets away with it through his money.
So what I just specifically said is you got people who's taking money rather than you can get justice and still get the money. If the man actually put hands on you, you feel what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, other witnesses saw it and everything. He gave enough money to where you like, okay, I'll leave it alone. So now I don't take creed into that. That's all I'm saying.
None of this is proof that he has a history of violence to you.
It doesn't.
Okay. All right.
You take the money, it doesn't.
Right. Check.
You take the money, you doesn't. Because a regular nigga, and you ain't got no choice. You going to jail.
Yeah.
They ain't worried about They not worried about whether you're gonna come back and do something to them. That's all I'm just saying.
All right.
But because the man got money, it's a different status, a different statute.
I didn't want to feel good tonight, but I had no choice but to feel good.
You had no
Just
choice.
be in here having some type of argument.
It's not an argument.
No, yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
When I hear you back there, my
Ain't no
door done shot
argument.
open.
Bro, these walls are not fucking thick. We know apartment walls is thin as hell. It's like, come on, don't do that.
We supposed to be getting laughs on the show. We ain't laughing.
Bro, we having a discussion, bro.
We're screaming.
Oh no, I'm laughing.
Shit, we having a discussion. Shit.
I'm laughing.
But on the Diddy case, and the only thing I stand by is, look, these are Fed charges. I don't care what nobody else said.
And we all know you got
Feds-
money, you can beat the
no,
Fed
you can't
charge.
beat the
Bullshit.
Feds. The Feds is a 98% conviction rate.
You know how many niggas that got money beat the Fed charge? Got money.
Tell me the Fed. Tell me Trump didn't beat Fed charges. He had to have charges brought up on him.
Wasn't he convicted?
He's a convicted felon.
Right, and they got dropped. And they got dropped.
But what I'm saying is, especially on the charges he got, 98% is the conviction rate on Fed charges. Your boy going to eat some of this.
Nah, he don't eat none of that because they just the same district just sat here and dismissed your boy Mayor Adams' case. Quid pro quo. He ain't doing no time. You can't take. How I'm gonna take Creed in the same district that you let this man. He had criminal charges, guilty. Let that shit go. Come on, bro. Y'all want to put too much stack in the justice system. Like I said, let's just be real. The anger is not because of what they're talking about. The anger is what they leaked that damn tape. Because if you don't leak that tape, ain't none of this so-called Diddy bullshit. Niggas ain't even talking about it. And I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's move on from the.
Yeah, let's move on.
I got another topic because I don't think y'all touched the topic. I had topics and everything, but I wasn't feeling
You sound
good
much
earlier.
better.
I do.
You sound
I feel
much
good now.
better.
I feel great.
It's 'cause I'm
Anyway,
in the mood. It is what it is.
first of all,
Got
before I
some hot
get
energy.
started, shout out everybody watching the show. We are at 4,800 subscribers. We need 5. We need 5,000. So tell a friend to tell a friend because we need more viewers. We need more subscribers. We need more comments. We need more likes. We need critiques. We need people to send us topics that we can discuss and things of that nature. We're all about that. We ain't going to scream and yell over all the topics though. But the topic I wanted to bring to y'all, I don't know if y'all discussed it yet, but I want to talk about the dude at McDonald's. Earlier this week.
Oh, the one with the babies.
Yes. I wanted to talk about that earlier this week. I don't know if y'all discussed
He's
that.
a clown.
He is a clown.
I ain't even been following.
What? Like, oh, that's so
Nah, I
sweet.
mean, I
was
saw
like,
it.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna give Dub a couple of minutes, a second to pull
just
it up
go
because I don't
for
know his name and stuff. I need his name at least. But
Clown.
It's definitely clown behavior. And let me tell you what my boy should have did.
Simp.
If you were just going to just do that, you should have left the kids at the house, and that way none of this stuff would have even been out there. If you were just going to leave the kids in the house to take care of each other instead of leaving them in McDonald's and bringing other people
out in public
in your business, goofy ass dude, then this is what you get. I don't know what his name was. And then, it set out a debate amongst the community again about guys or men having to do extra stuff to make sure the kids
That ain't no
take
excuse.
care. No, I'm just saying it started a debate because is he right or wrong? Well, then it comes out that he's just up and lying about it. Of course, he's 100% wrong.
Did somebody donate him some money too?
Yes, the boy
they got
barely-
GoFundMe and everything. One of the football, Antonio,
he
ain't
did
it?
not
gave
get
him
the money.
80
Antonio Brown,
grand.
yeah.
He did not get the money.
Yeah, he ain't getting the money, but still,
He
like
ain't getting
that,
the
he
money.
sets
He did start
a
it.
He was
bad
gonna
precedence
donate
for
that to him.
black fathers.
Well, what exactly was he doing?
He left his kids at McDonald's
To go on a job interview.
to go fuck around, basically,
wasn't
or to go
that
make a
what
play or a serve or something stupid. It was something
weird stuff.
He did something. He left his children, his young children.
He had a 10, he had 3, right?
Imagine me leaving Yimmy and younger at McDonald's unattended for like 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Under 10?
Under 10.
I believe it was
And then
10,
the little girl
and then
was
the
like,
young
6 and
you
1.
do this all the time.
10 and
6 1.
under.
Now, if you're going to do something like this,
He
you
did this
leave
all
the
the
kids
time.
at home. Yeah, the daughter said you.
They can't stay at home by themselves either.
A 10-year-old can stay at home by themselves.
Not legally.
I mean, if you're going to try to do it like this, I'd rather just you do it at home.
If you're smart.
Yeah,
if you're
not even
smart.
gonna bring them out. Like, all right, y'all stay here.
But
I'll
I'm
be
not
back
leaving
and
my
stuff
1-year-old.
like
I got to bring my 1-year-old with me.
You right.
10-6. Out of 10, you can watch a 6-year-old. One, I got to bring the 1-year-old with me. Worst case scenario, and that's if I'm in whatever scenario or predicament that he allegedly is in. You know what I mean? And that's worst case. I cannot leave one.
I'm just saying, my man. It was an awful, horrible decision.
I've seen 6-year-olds that can function for real. Think about it. You remember we used to live in Philly?
I remember, and I'm trying
How
to
old
think,
were we?
like I was like 8 maybe.
That's what I'm saying. I was 4.
We were young. Like
that's what I'm saying. I was like 4.
So I could see like the 10-year-old having the responsibility.
And I was home. We were home. I had a key to the house.
Yeah, everything.
I had to go home. I had to be in the house. I still remember racing from the park in the backyard. I remember racing from the park, seeing the goddamn Astro van coming. I would run from the park through the sliding back glass door and go back upstairs before they even got in the house.
So, I could see, like I said, if you left them at home, you put a lot of responsibility on kids. You expect a 10-year-old to take care of a newborn. Kind of crazy, but being black, we've seen that, though, before. But to put them in a situation in the public. In public, and then I believe the little girl said that this wasn't the first time he done it. He done it before.
This nigga trapping.
So it's no excuse.
He trapping. He out making jugs.
No type of he out making jugs.
He that's the only thing I can think. Nigga, you're leaving your kids at home by themselves like this. You got to be out here making jugs, yo. Like, that shit's insane. To me, that's insane.
It is. So, that was a topic I wanted to touch on. Okay. I don't remember what the guy's name was. I do remember that the story was earlier this week, and it was just like it started out one way, and then you knew it was going to end.
Like, oh, that's
because now you think the police. Once the police are involved, you don't think they're getting ready to do some investigation.
Deep diving. Yeah, now they're going to investigate.
Ready to really go into this now. And check off all the boxes.
To the kids. Did they take the kids?
I don't know.
I don't think they're going to take the kids because the mom is still active.
Sometimes, that's what they do.
Yeah,
they will take the kids. They call you neglectful. That's child neglect. So
that was neglectful.
It depends on what situation.
But she just got caught up. Because, like, it's so many. And that's what I'm saying is, like, you don't bring this shit outside the house.
Exactly.
You don't bring it outside the house.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Well, I wanted to move on to another topic. This week on Corey Holcomb's 5150 show, he decided to address an issue regarding Phylicia Rashad on The Breakfast Club last week, where Charlamagne asked her opinion on the way women are dressing currently, and she gave it. And for some reason, it upset a lot of women. She basically said women should put clothes on and stop being so naked. And of course, it led to a lot of negative feedback over the past week from a lot of women on TikTok and social media. So Corey Holcomb was a little bit upset at the women that were giving feedback and decided to give his opinion on the 5150, and I have that clip.
Our respectable sister, Phylicia Rashad, is being called names.
Yeah, that's terrible. I'm like, what the hell?
By hookers. And you know where that crowd comes from? Because, like, she went on The Breakfast Club, and it was a lot of them girls talking crazy. You know where that crowd come from? Les. Les brought them hookers.
Right.
Les brought the whores. So our sister, Phylicia Rashad, went on The Breakfast Club talking about dressing respectfully in society. And she got a lot of negative responses from career-losing whores.
A good point.
What'd he say?
He said it intimidates them.
It intimidates them for real.
Mm-hmm.
It intimidates them for real.
Good one, Keith.
When you speak on respectability, that's what old girl was mad at me for. Less hilarious. She was naked on the internet with her son. And then everybody turned it into something else. He said something about her son. I said something about her. Men who empower whores are bad for society. If we lived in a society that was working to be better, whores would not be empowered A whore destroys a nation and its resources. That's what a whore does. A whore is not happy with herself or anybody else. That's why I said a woman with a BBL is autistic. That's why I said that. Whores are not happy with themselves or life. So they do things to destroy the production of life, starting with themselves and their children. They don't care about their children's growth. The man must be established as a villain over everything. Yo daddy ain't. That is the theme of a whore. Yo daddy ain't.
And that was Corey going
right.
in on the 5150.
He's right. That's why everybody who's doing all that talking, how many of them married?
What?
How many of them? All
the
those women that was clapping back at Felicia.
Rashad.
How many of them married? How many of them got multiple baby daddies? I'll wait.
Well, I mean, that's a given.
No. See, what she's talking about is this is how you get a husband.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
She was trying to put him on game.
This is how you get a man to respect you fully and not just what you have to offer. You feel what I'm saying? So if you are, because us men, when we look at a woman, before we even talk to her, we looking at her first. We are visual creatures, okay? Most of us are. We're visual creatures.
Just don't
because most of us not even talking to them if they don't even have no type of look. We look at the visual, and then we understand we listening to what's being said, et cetera, et cetera. And then you trying to find out what's going on. So she's saying is, if you really want them to get to know you outside of them first, looking at what you have to offer, then most of them will tap into your brain, your mind, and then they find out, and then that's how you get a actual husband, and not just some random ass dick.
First of all, I want to give a shout out to Buddha and them socks. I don't know if y'all shouted out Buddha and them socks. Them socks is crazy. Yes. Now,
that's my girl from X-Men.
Yeah, that's my girl from X-Men. Yeah, the socks are crazy. But back to the topic, like I said, I don't know if y'all are tired of this. There's two things I'm tired of seeing when videos come on. First thing, I'm tired of fight videos. I hate fight videos. It seems like it's always fight videos going down my feed. But the second thing, I'm super tired of seeing
public executions.
No, as soon as the camera come on, these chicks shaking their ass. As soon as the camera come on, they turn around shaking their butt. I'm so over that.
Or you got the soft porn reels and shit.
But there's nothing left to the imagination anymore.
But has anybody else noticed that?
With some of these feminists, y'all's freedom. Y'all freedom.
They're liberated. Women are liberated.
Shit like that.
Y'all be liberated.
Confident.
You do what you want, however you want to do it.
For every choice
me,
you make,
there's
a consequence behind that.
Old school minded. That, you know what I'm saying, a little left to the imagination, you get the man something to wonder about. But if you got everything out and every man can see it, why would some man want it?
He just want to fuck you.
Like,
that's it.
My man love my moo-moo more than he love my little nighty. You feel me? I'm leaving more to the imagination. I might have something under that moo-moo, but you wouldn't know that until I take that moo-moo off. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing is left to the imagination anymore. Everybody, they get their butts done. Mm-hmm. They get their body done. And they show it off.
And on top of that, I mean, really, they all look the same. Yeah. Like, it's not like you showing me no new ass or no new titties.
And they say BBL stink. I wouldn't know.
They do.
My ass natural.
I have no idea, but it's not. I'm not seeing no ass or no.
There's a lot of that motherfucker back there.
But I'm. There's nothing wrong with every now and then having a good time, but you do have to be a little bit more responsible in the way that you dress, ladies. I know that no lady wants to be told how you dress and how you dress and stuff like that. But you gotta dress a little bit more.
You know what I mean? Like I'm saying back in the day, like I'm about to say my age. But back in the day, we could. I just remember, and we'll be fully dressed,
and another thing,
still be sexy than a mother.
That is these shorts that are cut up to that's cut up to your cheek.
They're meant to be underwear.
That's cut up to your cheek.
I got boy shorts at home.
And that's another thing. Like we know that you want to show it off. We know that you look good. It's something you do deserve.
If you got it, you're gonna show it regardless. And that's cool. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what
you got. You got. If you got it, it's gonna.
But if you have to go out the way to make sure that they see what you got, It's attention
I'm gonna tell you what
seeking.
bothers me. Okay, from a female to y'all females, what bothers me is you come outside naked, but you wear what you want to. You know what I'm saying? You do what you want to, but then you get mad when you get the attention that you get. You see what I'm saying? Like you get mad. Why are you talking to me? Go ahead. You asked for that attention when you did put on what you put on.
Yeah.
You're not gonna just walk outside with your butt cheeks. You're just gonna ignore it. Nowadays, it's ignored because you'll see it. You see everybody with their ass cheeks out.
No, they
But
want
you can't
the
expect
attention.
you know what I'm saying? You can't expect to not get the reaction that you're getting when you're putting on what you're putting on.
And honestly,
They
guys,
want the attention. They just want it from certain niggas.
Honestly,
Okay,
they
but
think
you're not the nigga that you're looking for the attention for is not going to give
He
you that
not
attention.
giving it
He's
to
not
you.
even looking
He's
at
not
you.
the one looking at you.
the other
He
dudes,
listens to Felicia. I'm gonna
and the
dress
other
up.
dudes looking at you like an easy smash.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Another star.
Or just something to pay and get it done and keep it moving.
Oh, they coming off that easy now.
You know? So, I mean, like,
That's what Corey was talking about. These niggas empowering these hoes.
Yeah.
You empowering them by you not
By dealing with
by
them.
building them. Like you you
Then
deal
other
with them, but
females,
they
I
they
still
supposed to
be
stay in a
fucked up.
certain lane.
our mind be
You
messed
letting
up
them cross
'cause you
over
wonder
into
what
the
love
lane
is
they
at.
ain't
You
got
gonna
no
find
business.
it in them drawers. You wearing outside every day.
That's why they out here talking and shit. That's why everybody got to tell every fucking thing.
And then what's crazy is it's nice in Raleigh. This week has been kind of nice. It's good. It's getting ready to be cold next week. There's
Yeah,
a cold
but they're-
front coming in.
That's all right,
Little
but
rain
it'll
to
still
knock
be
this
there.
palm out.
BBLs
But that's
and-
what I was getting at.
Maybe
You
they
know,
get a little steak,
once
their
this
steak will go drop a little bit.
once this warmth come back in again for good this time, you already know how they getting ready to be dressing.
That's good. I want to see women in Raleigh with their BBLs out, so I know which bitches are pathetic. You gotta be pathetic to pay for a BBL to come back to a mid-sized city like Raleigh.
And come sit at
You
your
ain't even going to
sit at your
Atlanta,
desk job.
Los Angeles, New York. You ain't
CNN.
modeling, OnlyFans. You
Yeah,
just gotta.
You know, you just got a steak
You
and
just
ass.
got an ass just to be in Raleigh.
You say
pathetic.
BBLs don't smell good.
all around the hospital
There was a girl
with
that
your
said she got
BBL
her
and stuff like
shrunk.
that.
She had a BBL and it had a smell. She said her sit down hour was fucked up.
Charles
And
said-
she went and got hers reduced.
Charles said it sounds like Dave Chappelle joke about women wearing a whore's uniform.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's just the truth though. Like, ladies, we can't. The type of man that y'all out here looking for is not the type of man you're gonna get wearing the things that you wear.
Even if he's secure in himself
Exactly.
and secure in letting you wear that,
Right.
why would you want to
wear that?
Right.
that?
And this is
that's supposed to be for him and him
Right.
only.
And
You
this
gotta
is-
keep something to the imagination. Something.
and this is another part of hip hop, yo, because this is the stark difference of these Kendrick Lamar women or these Drake women.
Drake women.
No, they all.
Well, I'm just saying in general.
Well,
I'm-
no.
Yes.
we go back because if
Just think about
brought
it.
hip hop up, but I'm gonna go. We can go
That
further.
too.
Stop. We can even go further back into hip hop because we go to the video vixen era.
But no, just think about what I'm saying though. Remembering their bars in general. Do you want to? Damn, I can't remember the line. I just can't remember the line. But it's like Kendrick is He's trying to empower.
Yeah.
Drake, bitch, give me a hug. I'm back. I'm back outside. Where my whores at?
Drake
Where the hoes
enables
at?
that simple life.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
exactly.
This is how
Empowering
simplistic
whores.
they are trying to make things. And that's just through the hip hop,
Aspect
mind
of
it.
it.
So
Because
we
think of
are.
all these female rappers we got out here doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what
I ain't lying,
they're promoting. They're promoting be naked, shake your ass, suck on it.
Well,
You
of
know
course,
what I'm
That's what
saying?
they're buying.
They're taking a page from, Lil Kim and.
Well, look, Kim
and
was
Nicki.
always, naked.
No, but the point is, if this is those white wigs up there, they're controlling the narrative. The only way you're gonna get them big advances and stuff like that, you got to be
that's
part of.
them, us
You
as
got
people
to
that are
no.
doing
Well, I don't even want to say it like
we're
that.
talking
You
about
have to
you're.
discuss-
If you saying about the hip hop artists, women artists, for them to get that money that they get,
Exposure
they
and
have
stuff
to
like
do
that, yeah.
what you saying they're not
Yeah.
supposed to do. Other than that, conscious rap is not being. They don't get record deals.
Because ask Rhapsody how she
Yeah,
doing.
like the Doja.
Exactly.
Ask
And
Rhapsody
she
how
won a
doing right
Grammy.
now.
Because Dochi's not a.
And she won a Grammy.
She's not like that either.
not like
Dochi's
that.
an industry plant.
But I'm just saying-
Exactly.
but that's my point.
Nevertheless, that's what he's saying. Like, we look at these young ladies, and like I say, it's nice to see, but please have a little bit more.
Everybody
respect
know a
about
man is
yourself.
going to look. Men look. With that, you can't help but I can't speak on behalf of women.
We're
men,
gonna look regardless
men
of what
look.
you wear.
It don't matter. Men look.
I'm a woman. I look dead. I'm like, damn.
You can have the high cut up shorts on. We're gonna
gonna
look.
look.
You can have overalls on.
gonna look.
We're gonna
That's
look.
what when they put that outfit on, that's what they want.
You know what? I know my
Just
next
look, but don't say
T-shirt.
nothing.
I know my brand. I know the brand.
Let's do it.
I know the brand.
Okay, well, this leads me to another question. Did you see Sierra's Ecstasy video, the new one she
I didn't
released?
get to catch it yet.
Nah.
Because this kind of delves into that situation because she's married to a very decent man.
Successful.
And she's still
God-fearing Christian man.
304 in it on the video.
But she's married to that man.
But
that you
but
can't,
that's the point.
You can't stop somebody from being who they are. Like, and let me say this. I'm still a
Is
nigga's
Russ
nigga.
doing what Corey said?
I'm a married man, and I'm a nigga's nigga.
Yeah, he is a simp.
Well, I mean, he
How?
was about the
Russell is a simp.
How was Russell? I don't understand
Yeah,
how
how's
this nigga
Russell
who's
a
not
simp?
who's not a street nigga and just a God-fearing Christian is,
And take care of his
What
woman.
did you? What did Doug? What you just said?
What
about Corey?
Yeah, he's empowered a 304.
So again, she don't have. First of all, Sierra is not really. She's not really. She's not even really putting
Shout out
music
to Sauce
there.
Walker.
You feel what I'm saying?
And the persona she put on her videos and stuff, that's the whole nother personality. Outside of that,
Right,
you
so-
see, you know, like some of the pictures of them together and stuff. She's not naked.
So the thing about it
You
is,
know,
it's the
that's
people.
just
It's
for
the
the music.
people that's consuming it. You have to break it down and know what's real and what's not.
And on top of that, I just want to throw out, and maybe I'm wrong, but haven't I seen Kevin Gates and whatchamacallit together now?
Brittany Renner.
And Brittany Renner changed her whole persona.
She had to.
Says.
But you still found you covered yourself up.
She had to. Well, you didn't have to cover yourself up, but she had to.
But
you know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying though. But you can still, after you cover yourself, find somebody that's going to want you and stuff like that.
Megan Good.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. You know, but like Dub said, like getting BBLs is kind of crazy to come back and just walk around the hospital with it, or to go sit down at the office and stuff like that. Like that's kind of corny. Like if you ain't.
If you do get a BBL, y'all leave, please.
So we.
ladies,
So we're.
if
So
you
so.
get a BBL, please make sure.
Which also leads to. Which also leads.
Tired of seeing these little Peabodys.
So basically, when a woman that's been married before give out some advice, how about just being quiet and listen? Doesn't mean you have to take it all in and do it exactly, but probably every now and then a jewel will be dropped in there and give you some type of advice. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just be loud and ready to talk shit.
But that's the new generation though. The new generation just always ready to get ready to bug.
But see, that's the
Regardless
thing
of
though,
what you
because
say, they're ready to take it the wrong way.
Why is that? Lack of respect. Because when we came up, it wasn't a fucking option. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna do it one way or another. As generation after us, 2, 3 in, they've been given options. So that's the reason why they thinking and moving the way they moving, not knowing like your people, the way you think and moving, the money doesn't match that. The power or the respect doesn't match that. So you live in night and day, pretty much.
Indeed. Cool. Speaking of whores winning, I wanted to move on to the next subject because it's been a pretty hectic week for Anthony Edwards.
I love our segues, yo. I love our segues.
Ayesha Howard, who's been making the rounds this week, released a video Thursday. Basically, she's been called a gold digger by the internet for basically having Anthony Edwards' kid.
That's facts.
And which she is. I'm not going to deny
Let's
that.
call it
but
like it is.
She's trying to defend herself, and she released a video on Instagram to defend herself, and we have that queued up.
I've also come to realization that there are just certain allegations that I will never, ever beat with you guys. I came into this situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right? From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and I have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men, which is also not my fault. And now that I am in yet another situation where I now have a child with another successful man, there's no telling you guys that I'm not a gold digger. You guys, it's no beating those allegations at all. The only thing that irritates me is I read comments that say, oh, you're a gold digger, or you kept the baby for a check. What if I came to y'all's pages, right? And I compared the men that you have children with to the men that I have children with. And I said, you were digging for poverty when you picked him to be your baby daddy, weren't you? Oh, you kept that baby for an extra income tax credit, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for a couple extra $100 in food stamps, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby? You kept that baby for a check.
And that was Ayesha Howard.
She sounds like she's
not
scandalous.
confirming or denying.
Sometimes
She's
people need to just not even. Just shut up. Because, well, go ahead, Doug. What?
Well, I was just basically going to say this was in regards to that rumor that was going on this week that Anthony Edwards paid her $1 million whatever judgment and one lump sum child support, which isn't true. A lot of people have been saying that. I don't even know if that's legally possible to do that.
I think so.
Considering it's always going to be about the best interest of the child.
Well, not even that. Like taxes and stuff like that. Like
If you
that's tax?
if you
Child support is tax?
it's not tax.
child support.
No,
It's not tax?
no.
I mean, I was surprised.
I have to look into that. I think child.
You got to
support.
ask the experts on that.
I know, nigga. You look like the nigga paying tax. You don't know if
You
it's
gotta
tax
ask the
or not.
experts.
It's
on
not
that.
tax.
Well,
Yeah.
but anyway, with her, it's both of their fault. Like I can sit here and call her a 304 or whatnot, but I'm gonna look right at Anthony Edwards and be like, "You put yourself in this situation."
I'm
And
looking.
that's cool.
I'm looking more at her because
it's on her.
because the fact of the matter is he's young with money. She knew what type. It's like she moving like she moving like a predator. If you want to be honest. You almost 40 something years old and you going for a guy that's in his 20s. Yeah, she did. She playing that. He was a bank. He's a bankroll.
Let me run this by you, and I do know this for sure. When you're making that type of money, these people will tell you that these women are out here to get you. Yeah, they're going to tell you that. So I can't just be like, I put it more on her. Nah, it's not. It's his fault. I don't care if he's young or not. I don't care if he went to sleep in the meeting they had.
That's not even. You're trying to say because somebody said something to you that you're going to be mentally prepared for this, and you never had this type of money before. You probably been in high school. They known you strictly because of your athletics. But you wasn't that type of guy that girls was going for. Now that you've grown into your man body and you are the upcoming face of the league, you are a money bag. So the fact that it's just like guys that never been popular or you in some way and everything's thrust at you. You're trying to say as a 21-year-old that I'm gonna have the mental capacity to be like, nah, I don't want that.
I hope you do.
She bad as hell. When we know men between 18 and 25, when they start dating, they usually date women older than them.
Hold on 1 second.
No.
I'm not gonna put you on the spot. Let's just say this is my young bull. Do you have control, or are you just a wild nigga out here trying to get buns are you a reckless nigga out here trying to get buns, or
Whenever
are you
buns
discretionary?
are presented to you?
No, I'm gonna keep 150 with you. I'm the type, and I'm a.
And this is the only reason I'm saying, because like I said, this is y'all don't know our dynamic, and this when I say it's my.
Let's hear from a young bull.
Yeah, this is like a young bull, but he's grown now, so it's like I want to. It's good to hear different perspectives, but I have to premise it with this too, though. I know him from a place where my kids started at, so I expect I don't even know what I'm expecting him to say because it's still a Bull City nigga.
Well,
you know
let's
what I mean?
just
Like, it's
hear
still
it.
a Bull City nigga.
Give it to us.
So, like I said, you a young one. It's active out here. You know, hormones, everything.
Yeah.
What's your take? Like, if it's available to you, are you taking it, or is it more discretionary, or is it, you know, I'm out here, I'm about to slay it?
I'm gonna get to you from my perspective. Okay, so for me being who I am, it's not hard for me to, you know what I'm saying, like really get me a little vibe and, you know what I'm saying, do what I do. But at the same time, that's the old me, you know what I'm saying? I can hit a 2-man right quick, or, you know what I'm saying, I can set
2-man.
something up. It's not hard.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
My young niggas, y'all.
It's not hard for me because that's the type of person I am. I can't speak for everybody else, but where I am now is still being where I am. No, I don't want to, just because to me I understand that sex is more than what people think it's an energy exchange. You know what I'm saying? It's more than that. You know, so it's like, and also at the same time, you know how you used to smoke in Za? But then you get some mid, and then you like, you low-key mad, you like, you know what I'm saying?
This shit ain't hitting, ain't no pressure.
Exactly, so everybody that also don't, you know what I'm saying,
Give
got
you that
the same
pressure.
thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me, where I've grown into, it's like, I used to, you know, so I used to do my little due diligence, but now it's just like, it's more so really on the vibe.
So you're looking for something now, though. It's like, and that's
I'm not looking for something, but at the same time,
you're a little bit more cautious.
Okay, and this
You're
is
more cautious.
So
selective.
Hold on. So let me.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
now let me put into a man and why he might understand, because I think he was just looking at it like, oh man, these niggas is trying to gauge me out. Nah, what we trying to figure out. So Anthony Edwards, millionaire basketball player, doesn't want to be the face of the league. Should be, but doesn't want to be. He's a nigga. He's an athletic nigga. So let's say, all right, you're an aspiring up and coming artist.
Yeah.
Let's say your shit pop off, nigga, like pop off.
Tours everywhere.
Nigga, at your discretion.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
Come on, man. Come on, you pussyfoot with these questions.
I'm not.
Man.
How am I
Ask
pussyfoot?
the man,
I just
ask the
asked this nigga.
Yeah,
I had to
talk to me.
like I said, I set up the other way the first time. Now I'm setting up on some real shit because I don't think he understands how I'm asking this question. Everything at your disposal, nigga. Whatever. How you approaching it, and that's what we mean by this nigga has the opportunity to be the face of the league. Doesn't want it.
Yeah.
He got a baby mom's.
Yeah.
And she's, you know what I mean. She's older than him, but nigga, he's a 20-year-old something man, multi-millionaire, can do whatever he wants really if he wants to. What is your approach? Like, you got all this money now. If this is you're the artist, whatever, and you can do whatever you want. You nigga, any city you pull up, whatever.
So you can only turn so many down. It's gonna be something that catch your eye. I promise you. And this is where I am right now as an artist. And this is where I am as I am right now as an artist. I'm not all the way popping yet, but you know what I'm saying. I got people coming to me, oh, you profit. You know what I'm saying. It's like, but it's just like, in the way I carry myself on top of that. So it's like I say, you can only turn so many down because like it's like when I'm focused, but when I start fucking, no disrespect, Bob, but when I start fucking, I want to fuck. It's like that. And when I'm good, when I'm off of it, I can, you know, abstain. But when I want to fuck and I start fucking, I want to fuck. I don't want to keep going.
So now, let's get back to it.
But you see how
you
see how I had to set it up though. You see how I had to set it up.
All of us was that his age,
and
was Anthony Edwards' age, and like I said, unless you was that popular dude in high school where you got all the girls, which most of us wasn't that dude. You feel what I'm saying? If you wasn't popular by how you dress or who your family was or sports, that's how it was. And then that dictate how much pussy you was getting. If you was getting a lot of pussy in high school, then yeah, all right, I got you. But the average black man, young man that's a millionaire in his 20s. He's a kid. He's an older teenager. Kids, you got older women that's old enough to be his mama, but they bad. You know some of the homies and shit like that.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Yeah, exactly. You feel what I'm saying? Only different this time. You got tons of them coming at you, like he just said. Ain't gonna be so many. You gonna turn
it
down.
It doesn't have nothing to do with smashing. Smashing's cool. Smash. Knock them out. Responsible smashing. Condoms.
But that's what he said.
Plan
you
B.
talking about
Things
women
of
that's
no. What I'm saying is, you know that you got all this money, and before you be like, he's a young. How many other young guys before
now you out here
Anthony
raw
Edwards
dogging.
have gone through this? This isn't like he's
God
the first.
bless
he's
and
not the
every
first
last
person
one of
that's
them, and every last one of them, some degree, fell victim.
That's my fault.
You talk about somebody who
That's
never
my
had
fault.
money before.
And that's what I'm saying. Anthony Edwards has how many kids?
I think about 8 of them. He got a lot of them.
Nah, ain't no 8.
He got over 4.
I think he got 4. But nevertheless, what I'm saying is this:
He got 4 at the age of 21.
you know that you're getting ready to come into all this money.
What we doing, yo? If y'all,
If you're coming into all this
shots
money,
and shit.
take a shot to who?
I'm just saying. I made a comment. He's like, how
No,
you got
I'm saying that
21?
he needs to be like, and then we get on whatchamacallit, mom, about how she does him. Because see, I don't want my son to be him. I don't want my son to be Anthony Edwards. So now I understand why Jaden Daniels' mom be like that, because my son ain't going to be him.
But in the difference between Jaden Daniels' mom, the young adults is close in age. This woman here is double his age. She's old enough to be his mama. You feel what I'm saying?
She's only 15 years older than him.
You saying
That's old enough
only?
to be your mom.
She ain't in college
She old enough
with
to
him.
be
That
his
boy just
mom.
got out of college a couple years ago.
So in
He a
other
few years removed
words,
from college.
she's acting like a predator because he's young in the league. You know, she dressing up, playing a role.
It's because these niggas playing with adult money.
Come
yo.
on,
They playing with
you
adult
talking
money.
about young cats with money, and these predators, you call it like it is, they coming for them.
And
These
that-
niggas ain't turn that shit down. You hear what the man
Yeah,
said?
but when they start cooking for you too, we gonna add that aspect on top of it.
You ain't thinking about it when you tossing money and when you fucked up. And
Yeah,
shit,
but
you
I'm
drunk as
speaking
hell.
on that aspect. But when you get, you know what I'm
Unfortunately-
saying, a woman more so, you know what I'm saying, more so. And like I said, but when they take it a step further, they start cooking for you. Now they got you.
Right.
Now they
But
got
see, the thing about it is we talked about this in a couple of shows ago, that the reason why these women get passed around the way they do, because nobody's coming dipping back down. And
See why I teach my kids how to cook?
Messing with
You
the
see why I
average
teach my
chick.
kids how to
so
cook?
these ones that's
simple
in the
cooking.
circle, they know what it is.
And they're good cooks too.
Did you hear this nigga?
Impressed
yo?
by cooking.
This nigga said now they cooking and they got you.
Impressed
That's
by
all
cooking.
it takes.
That's
Bruh.
we gotta do. We gotta do
Wait till
better.
they heart, they stomach. That's what they tell us.
I can cook.
All my kids know
I
how to
can
cook.
cook.
nigga.
Like you ain't gonna impress me because you can cook.
3 of them know how to cook, son. Even the little, all 3
You
of them
ain't
know
gonna
how to
impress
cook.
me because you can
That's
cook
not,
no more.
That is not that. That's the lowest bar, nigga. I love my mama.
All I'm just saying,
Damn, I love my mama.
all I'm just saying is
that is the
all I'm
lowest
just
bar
saying is
available
you
for a
put
man
in-
right now. It's
I just believe it's a little bit unfair to put that much pressure on somebody who's never
terrible.
had that type of money, power,
why is it
respect.
unfair?
Because you talking about somebody that he got the keys to the candy store.
Okay,
So hold on. So you
unfortunately-
telling me you somebody who loves candy. You indulge in whatever it is you indulge. You got the key. Hold on. You got the keys to go in and do whatever. You ain't got no limits. You gonna tell me you gonna move cautious and shit?
Unfortunately, at that age, and it might sound crazy that you need to be a little bit more responsible at 21, even though it sounds crazy.
The
but
average
that's
person ain't
because you're
responsible at 21.
But that's because you're dealing with so much more now.
you're not.
You're dealing with so much more
Nigga,
money
no, you're not.
than the average
oh,
guy.
well, the money, yeah.
That's
but
what I'm saying. So you have
know what
to
they're
be a
dealing
little
with
bit
now?
more.
You know what they're dealing with more now? Technology. That's it. They have been so distracted and so sidetracked from the real life shit. They're just dealing with technology and those things. Nigga, like I just said, I used to have house keys at 4 and 5 years old and would be dared, on my soul.
You know
to
how old
lose
I
them.
was when I got my first pair of house keys? 6.
And ask me how many times I
6.
lost those keys.
Never.
Ask me how many times I lost those keys that was bestowed to me by my mom and dad.
Never.
I couldn't imagine losing those keys.
Never.
Like,
Because why? Why was that?
Because my parents were going to bust my head down to the white meat.
So now we're talking
My
about.
parents
So
were
now
going-
you're talking about a 20-something-year-old empowered with millions of dollars
I still got the fear of God.
What the fuck is he fearing?
Mama and daddy?
What he fearing?
And
My
see,
mom,
that's
I don't want to fuck you.
That's the
you look
problem.
good. You look good. I don't want to fuck you.
Why don't you have a fear? You need to have fear is healthy.
Yeah, fear
is
you
healthy.
need fear of something.
You need fear.
You're
fear
telling,
is healthy.
Y'all say, listen.
You
You know why?
I used to have fear of children. That was my fear. I did not want to be an early dad. I swear to God, I did not want to be an early dad.
And you and I is one of the few that thought like that. But most niggas ain't thinking like that.
But you think I stopped? Do you think I wasn't practicing? You think you don't?
Yeah, you still practicing, but you are thinking. So when you somebody, I ain't mean to cut you off. When you somebody you have resources to where you can take bigger risks. What you got to lose?
And
niggas take risks. I get what you say, but niggas take risks and they don't got that.
And this the thing with Anthony Edwards. It's not like this his first baby.
No,
something
it's
like
not.
that. You know, so I'm not giving him the excuse of this woman's
ain't your
praying
first
on
rodeo,
him. No,
nigga.
you're giving him an excuse. She's praying on him. He got
you
three
tell
other
you,
kids.
you tell
This isn't
and
like,
all of them move just like that.
Okay, that's his choice.
and
Okay.
so it's his fault.
Fair
It's
or
his fault.
not.
He gotta take
All I'm
this.
just saying is, do not sit here and speak on something as if you had that opportunity, you're gonna move. Hey, I'm gonna be careful because nigga, you gonna move how you feel. If you feel like I'm gonna fuck that pussy raw, I'm gonna fuck it raw. I'll deal with the consequences later.
But see that shouldn't that, and that's the boy.
I just said
that's the thing. That's the thing.
That's fair.
And see, I can say that. See, the deal with the consequences later. See, this is what the consequences later
is
going
the
to
consequence.
be. You got
That
4
is the
kids.
consequence.
You got 4 kids. You got a contract that suits.
Nigga,
So
no.
you're
Stop. No, stop. We're talking about NBA. Y'all playing games.
Right.
Magic.
Yeah.
Why is nobody just saying Magic Johnson? Nobody says Magic Johnson. Nobody just stops and says this is the NBA.
Shit.
No, I don't give a fuck. No matter what it is, the first thing that should come out, something that should come to somebody's mind when dealing with NBA and basketball players, they should be like Magic Johnson.
The times are different. Times are different.
This is another thing I don't think these guys think about.
It's
Okay,
not.
so boom, you
That
have
shit's
these
a
kids.
cold.
You have all these kids.
Oh, y'all.
It's not even AIDS. It's HIV
all
now.
this money right now. Right now, you have all
What about
this
the
money.
bumpies?
But how long's your career?
Yeah, it's going to be about 15.
So once your career is over, and you paid a good bit in child support, now the money you're getting ready to get ain't getting ready to look like this NBA money after
Well,
you've
about
been-
time. Well,
he's
about
getting
time.
them done
But if you do
No,
it right, you ain't got to worry about that. If you
No.
live right,
The
if you have a
money-
financial
the money
planner and
that
financial
he's
advisor.
getting now, and he ain't even got. He's eligible to get like 2 more super max
Yeah,
contracts.
super max contracts
So
and shit.
he got enough. And listen. And he's really not even eating off the NBA, man. He got all the endorsement deals,
And that's
so
cool,
he got
but-
money that can take care of this shit.
On top of that, this is my other problem with Anthony Edwards. You're destroying your brand.
How?
Because what you mean how?
How?
Because you have people actually saying, "I'm not buying his stuff because of what he's doing."
So
You're
Elon Musk
destroying
got
your
over
brand.
10 kids. Are we talking
We're not
about?
talking about Elon.
I
This is
got you, but see,
basketball.
this is what I'm
No,
talking
this is
about.
basketball.
No, I feel what you're saying, bro. But what I'm just, this is what. See, this is. Listen,
Nobody's going to buy Elon sneakers either.
they buying them. They buying them Teslas. Ain't nobody slowing down
We're
behind them.
talking about a young black man.
Right. So what? This is
so
what
we're
I'm
gonna
saying,
keep it
bro.
in
All
that.
I'm just saying that how it hurts. Listen to what I'm
Tell that
saying.
nigga to shut up
How
and
does it
dribble
hurt?
in a
I get
heartbeat.
what you're saying because I saw that with a lady, black mother told his son, "No, we're not buying that." I get what you're saying. How does the owners of a 20-something-year-old black young male, your upcoming superstar, he got 4 kids. Here we are. We got a billionaire that's running ravage through our government system. He got over 10 kids. I think he like 14, something like that. It ain't hurt his brand. So how if it ain't hurt his, it's gonna hurt Anthony Edwards.
You don't think Elon's brand is hurting right
no,
now?
nope.
And you're talking about
Let me tell you why.
You're
Let me
talking
tell
about
you-
an athlete.
Hey, we talking about an athlete that with a millionaire and a billionaire entrepreneur.
Think about it, nigga. We're in the United States. Don't do this, man. Don't
And
do
that's what I'm
this.
saying. You go to
You know
Elon,
this.
an old white guy.
old
We're
white
talking about a young
billionaire and a
black
young
man,
athlete.
I want us to keep the same energy. How
not-
is it?
no,
how the
you're right on that,
You're not
but-
because you're. I'm taking what this man's saying.
No,
He said
you're
about
right on that, but the level of the leap that you're trying to make,
it ain't no leap.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
Both of these dudes got money. Both of them got both.
One is young.
Thank you.
Silicon
So
Valley,
how
and
does
you
a
talking
young,
about the ghetto.
how does a young 20-something-year-old black male who's thrust into money, power, and respect versus somebody whose family indulged in this throughout his whole entire life. So they know what it is. But no, man, y'all, see, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all just said
and it's
okay. It's hurting his brand. And this is what I'm talking about. It's hurting his brand that he has multiple kids with different women. But this white billionaire, it ain't hurting his brand.
Well,
it should, but he's not in our community.
He's not black, so that's why it's not.
And a lot of black buy his shit. Y'all buy his shit.
I'm not a y'all.
I said a lot of us buy his shit, Teslas,
I
and any other stuff.
I'm not one of them.
As a young,
but he is not in our community.
As Anthony
I'm not
Edwards
talking in that sense. That's all I'm
but
just
saying. But that's the point. Like, fuck them, fuck him.
And we ain't even talking about, and what he's doing,
his
that's
kid
not
ain't even got
affecting
real names.
What Anthony Edwards doing with his life, how that's affecting the community. Let that shit
affects
out.
the community.
How?
Because
you're a fatherless
you're
child.
setting up another fatherless child.
It's almost like Cam Newton. Almost like Cam Newton.
The community.
We're not saying the means aren't available. Nobody's saying the means aren't available.
Right.
But it's just the presence.
And as your agent, do you think I want to be scrolling Facebook and see somebody be like, I'm not buying that shoe because of such and such? As your
no matter
agent,
how small or how many or little the number
you
is.
You ain't saying shit, because as long as that nigga on that court dunking on niggas and the Timberwolves is winning, they get in the playoffs, and he's still one of the top faces of the league, you're gonna keep your mouth closed just like everybody else and fall in line. You're not gonna, if you're his agent, you're gonna mention something, but you ain't gonna buck against your own money.
Why are you yelling?
Bro, I'm talking, man.
No,
I'm talking.
What was
I'm
the sports
talking.
movie where it was like, must be the money.
Shit.
Oh, Rod, with my boy
Must
Tom
be the
Cruise.
money.
Rod,
Jerry Maguire.
Yes,
Jerry
sir.
Maguire.
Yeah.
He's fucking up the money. You're saying the agent's
He's not fucking. How he's fucking up his money?
Because you're not getting all the money you possibly can. You're fucking up your money. If you're cutting off money that you could be getting, you're fucking up
and it's a brand
your
thing. All this
money.
Is a brand thing. Think about it.
Let's get
you don't want
something-
anything
Go ahead, say what you
negative.
say.
No, I'm just saying you
Go
don't
ahead,
want
say what you're saying.
anything negative
Associated
coming
with
out,
you.
associated to your brand, because that's going to fuck up the
So
money.
what have we not have learned since Trump has came in this space?
Fuck
No,
Trump.
listen to what I'm saying, bro. Before you sit and jump off it.
15
What I'm
minutes of
saying
fame.
is nothing positive and negative is going to hurt you, because you know why? When you get to that status up there, it's a numbers game. For every 100 or so people who don't like me, I got 500 to 1,000 that will back me up. That's all I'm just saying.
You're going to these white men. White people will go to you. We're talking about a young black man who have black women against him because of the situation that he's in, that's going to kind of be a detriment to getting all the money that he could possibly get. I have a homegirl I work with. Shout out Car. Car was like, I was going to go get my son some of those shoes, but my son, and he might have said it, he might not have, but she was like, my son said he don't want those shoes because that's not the type of person that, he wants to be like.
And I get that. And for everyone that's like that, Tom, Peter, and Jack, they're going to get Ant shoes. They're going to buy Ant shoes because he's the hottest NBA player. That's all I'm just saying.
One thing about it.
Now, I will agree with you along this, and it is true. The higher up the bracket that you go, how you handle your family business dictate how much money you do get, because I heard that in the interview with Damian Wayans with on Club Shay Shay. So the higher you go up, how you do business with various white folks, they do look at how you handle your family affairs. Because if you handle your family affairs in a certain manner, then you're going to take care of business in that same nature. So I will agree with you on that. But where we might separate a little bit is, as of now, it ain't really hurting him because, again, he's new to getting this money. You feel what I'm saying? So any money he's getting, and he's still going to get a Supermax contract, another one from the Timberwolves. He's still going to get the sneaker deals that he's going to get. He's fine with it. It's not going to hurt him. Maybe when he gets like 10, 15 years from now, he might slow down and look at things different. But as of right now, he's a new millionaire, new money. That shit don't fucking hurt his shit. He's winning regardless. Any one of us would be too.
Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and move off of that topic and let's get into sports.
I got one before we go to sports.
Go ahead.
I got one before we go to sports. I think this will be cool because I was looking at something today. Everybody, you're a movie guy. I know you're a movie guy. You're a movie girl. Buddha, you do movies. I'm sure you do movies. Give me the best movie series, franchise. And I'm going to give you my idea of who I think it is. The number one movie franchise to me Godfather. Godfather might be number 1. Now give me your number 2.
I was a Men in Black nigga. I'm not even gonna
Men in
lie.
Black's a good one. I like.
But they started getting corny.
What you got?
They started getting very
What you
corny.
got, Hassan?
That's tough.
Yeah, I knew this one would be a good one.
Yeah, that's tough. Just go past me. Let me think. Y'all go.
The Eddie Murphy joint, first 40, like 48 hours and all
Beverly
that.
Hill Cop.
Beverly Hill,
Yeah, Beverly Hill Cop.
Okay,
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop.
I got
Good
one
one.
to beat those though. What
Because
you got,
like I
my
said,
young
other than
boy?
that, was like in my.
Yeah, Beverly Hills
It's not too much of what's saying. It's only 2 of them, but I like the little Riddick series. It might be 3 of them. Riddick
okay.
with
I'm
Vin
my
Diesel.
boy Vin Diesel.
Pitch Black.
Yeah, Pitch
What you
Black,
got, though?
Riddick, and then that last one.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like 3 of them.
I was gonna go with, like,
Pitch
Bad
Black,
Boys.
then it was Riddick,
That is my
and then it was the last
Bad
one.
Boys.
That is my answer. Because
Bad
to
Boys?
me,
Yeah.
Bad Boys has gotten better.
Yeah.
I didn't see the last one.
It's got number 3 is dope. I think 3 might be better than the other 2.
I ain't seen the last
honestly. Like Bad Boys has gotten better. I didn't
No, I
get
think
yours.
it's 4 of them out there.
Black
I think
Comics.
they're coming out with
There are 4.
Yeah, they come out another one.
There are 4.
because the last one for Life, that was 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And I really like that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bad Boys is my pick for like right after The Godfather.
Yeah, Beverly.
is Bad Boys.
Beverly Hills Cop. That Axel Foley. That's an all-time
I like
classic.
Mission Impossibles too. Mission
Yeah,
Impossibles
Mission
were good.
Impossible,
The
but if
Bourne
it-
series were good. Fast and Furious got stupid. So I'm gonna go with Bad
Transformers
Boys.
was all right.
Transformers is good.
Transformers. I like that.
But I'm gonna go with Bad Boys.
I'm like I said, Beverly Hills Cop.
I'm sorry, Dub. I didn't mean to cut you off right
All
there.
right, that's cool. All right. Yeah, I wanted to get into sports because the March Madness was popping.
Oh my God!
Shout out my girl Gamecock. Shout out the lady Gamecock. Shout out the lady Gamecocks. Yes. On the way to repeat.
They got UConn that beat them by 30 this year.
Because Duke lost.
Yeah, Duke.
No, they did not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Duke
was
is not gone.
Duke is out.
Duke out. They was
Duke-
up by
they
double
lo-
digit.
they-
and
they
the
did not
last
score in the last 10
Last 20 seconds. It was chaos. So
Shout out-
it's Houston and Florida.
Shout out my guy Yuli, who's going to be sick. Yuli
Houston
watches
and-
the show.
yeah.
Yeah,
Houston and Florida.
Oh, he going to be sick because
I'm going for
shoot
Kevin
rated
Sampson.
R.
I want Sampson to win.
But
Black
so
head
it's going
coach.
to be Houston
And
and
Florida.
Florida.
I'm going for Houston. I want Sampson to win. I want a black head coach to win. Yeah, I said
That's
it.
good.
Yep. I want
And
a black
then
head
in the
coach.
women's
to win.
bracket, you got UConn,
UConn and
South Carolina.
South Carolina. South Carolina need to get revenge because UConn came up in their house and blow their asses out.
I don't know if we need to get revenge.
Oh, yes, you do. You gotta get your face back.
We got a trophy from last year, so
Yeah,
we
but
don't need
just-
revenge.
yeah.
We just gonna win this game.
No, you
and get
gotta.
another
Okay,
trophy.
I feel what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but in a sense, since that y'all are in the title game, you gotta get your face back because they came in your house and they smacked the shit out of you. You feel what I'm saying?
Like Texas got that W.
You're
against
right.
us.
You're
We
right.
beat Texas.
You're
down,
right.
and
You're right.
UConn is gonna get the same
You're right.
minutes. We're gonna
So we
feed
got
them.
the women's championship, South Carolina against UConn, men's Florida against Houston.
And I'm gonna say this, and people might not like what I'm getting ready to say. If it wasn't for Cooper Flag, the women's tournament was better than the men's tournament this year again.
Yeah, facts. It was. I ain't
Just my personal.
Well,
opinion.
it is. It's one because we are seeing new generational women players. Because what was the main thing? What people was always saying why they didn't watch women basketball? Because the only thing they can do is traditional pass, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Now you got women that can cross over. They can do the step back like some of the men do. And if every now a few of them they can go up there and dunk. You know
Throw
what I'm
it
saying?
down on somebody.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's
the
the
women game
difference.
is definitely evolved.
And what you also seeing too, if you want to keep some of the top end players that are supposed to come out this year in the WNBA,
NIL money.
they're not coming out.
Yeah,
They're
that
staying
NIL.
in school because they're what we talked about a couple weeks ago about the contract, the CBA. They're going to stay in school because number one, they're getting millions of dollars in NIL deal. They come in the WNBA, that's a fraction of what they're getting in college. So they sit here like, I'm gonna wait another year. Y'all handle that CBA deal. When y'all handle that CBA deal, we come back in and we're gonna get in the draft. Because two of the top players, one of them from Notre Dame, she the point guard from Notre Dame, she's one of the top recruits. And your girl Johnson from LSU, she coming back.
I mean, it only makes sense. Like I say, the WNBA, they make some money, but that college booster money, that college booster money different.
Oh, it's gonna get real different.
And that's why I was that's why I said like some of these NBA players might not be quick to jump now, or these football players.
It's different. It's different from men's sports because men's sports they're getting the money, they're seeing it. Even when they go in the league, they're seeing it. Women is different. They're not seeing it. The college women making more in college than they would go in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the top players are not opting to come out. They're waiting until next year.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And then as far, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
With college, we can this year's NBA draft, we can put names, American names that we can say, oh, okay, I know about it. We know.
Nigga.
Say what?
My bad.
Yeah.
My boy from Iowa. Is that the dude from Iowa? Kaniga.
Never. Oh, is it?
Knigga.
I gotta look him up.
Kaniga.
I gotta look him up. Well, you know Cooper is number one. Then your boy, what's his name?
So y'all stop with all this foolishness about him going back to school next year.
No, he's not. He going.
Because that was foolish.
I mean, of course.
What, you think he's going to the draft?
What? Yeah, when he had once you have an injury, dog, it's a wrap. You go snap back in reality.
And
like I'm gonna go.
And on top of that, if you're trying to avoid Washington and Charlotte, they're going to be there next year.
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to be there. They're still going to be there.
They're going to be perennial bottom dwellers.
So you might as well go now and get it over with.
Right. So you can put actual names this year. As far as in this year's draft, because you got Ron Harper's son. Yep. He's like the number 2 prospect.
It's a couple.
Actually, Rutgers got two.
Nigga from Rutgers.
Rutgers got 2 of them. His name Archibald. Let me make sure I say his name right. Hold on.
Nate Archibald.
He's stupid, bro. Don't do that.
It's a couple.
What's his name? Here we go. Cooper Flag.
American kids this year.
It's three of them, and two of them is from Rutgers. Ron Harper's son is one of them, and then you got Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag was AP Player of the Year.
Plus, you got the kid from BYU.
Yep.
You got that kid.
You got.
This is gonna be a decent.
You got
comparatively to especially these last few years.
Mm-hmm. NBA is gonna be something, and then if we're going to if we switch. Oh, his Dalen Harper and Ron Harper's son and Ace Bailey. That's the other guy from Rutgers. Oh, another name that y'all need to keep eyes on, and he's busting ass in the NCAA tournament, and he's in the finals, is Will Clay Jr. He a point guard from Florida. That nigga is a sniper. I wouldn't be surprised. He's a lottery pick to what we're talking about.
It's going to feel good to look at the draft board.
Yeah, because you can
people on it.
You can actually say names.
And know people that are going to be
foreigners.
Right. You know people and seen them play and all that stuff.
You seen them actually play.
You got to worry about what the other scouts from abroad have seen and shit.
That's dope. I do like that. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of NBA, I wanted to get into the next topic because Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard were named first ballot Hall of Fame inductees.
Well deserved.
Leading the class of 2025 for the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. So, of course, Carmelo, 10-time NBA All-Star, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, and member of the NBA 75th anniversary team. You had Dwight, who was an 8-time NBA All-Star.
Dwight deserves it.
One NBA championship.
He deserves it.
And 3-time NBA defensive player.
Off of his years in Charlotte, in Orlando.
No, Orlando.
Yeah, that's why I meant. Off his years in Orlando, he was a monster in Orlando.
He
was a monster in
whatever
Orlando.
he was doing off the court, none of that matters.
Yeah, so in addition to them, you have the 2008 U.S. Olympic men's basketball team being inducted. Was that the Redeemed team?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the one that had to clean up that shitty mess from 2004.
I think when they had a silver, when they got silver or bronze.
The only thing disappointing is that Melo ain't getting no ring.
Yeah,
he wanted the bag. He wanted the bag.
Yeah, I know, but we really had Melo getting the ring somewhere.
Yeah, he chose the bag.
He did want the bag. And then he kind of, at the end of his career, when they were like, you come off the bench, we probably gonna win something. And Melo was like, I'm not coming off the bench, so we ain't gonna win.
If we want to be real, the original big three for Miami was supposed to be Melo, Wade, and LeBron.
Yeah, he was like, I can't. Y'all want certain things from me, but I need like I need to get these shots up.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
You want me to be productive in a fifth of the minute?
If I got D Wade and Bron, how many shots am I
No,
get
he
up?
was starting. That was the original big three.
But that's what I'm saying. How many shots am I get up if I
He
got
gonna,
D
they
Wade
gonna
and
get
Bron?
he gonna get at least 10, 15.
Maybe.
10.
At least 10.
Maybe.
Nigga, if you
I'm staying in Denver for that shit.
Okay, so you got the bag, you scored the points, and they shipped your ass to New York, and you was a shell of yourself, and then you fake
might
off.
get 10 shots, nigga. Like,
I
what?
mean, you get 10 to 15. I mean, nowadays how the league going,
15 minutes?
it's
What? That's
it's
it?
easy to get 15 shots apiece.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to get 15, 20 shots
In the
apiece
days
amongst your three. Yeah,
back in his day.
when them three, when Miami,
he going off minutes.
no,
Nigga, don't really
when
go off
Miami
minutes.
and them, that's when it started of how the league is now. When that started, he could have got at least 15 to 20 shots.
15?
Yeah.
But like I said, they were going off minutes, nigga.
I
Like,
got you.
Whatever production you get in
got
this
you.
block of minutes, that's
In
what
Denver-
you get.
in
And
Denver,
that nigga
I'm
said
getting-
he needed more minutes because he couldn't get off his shit.
But what I'm saying though, but you saw how Bosh played. He started, so it wouldn't have went like that was
In
just an
Denver, I'm
assumption.
getting 30 shots a game.
You right.
You want me to come to Miami and get
Half that.
maybe 10 or
Maybe.
15?
Half that.
Maybe.
I mean, Bosh got about 15 in some games, 20 shots.
And he was
Yeah, only when Bron and
he
Wade
was
weren't
perfect
hitting.
in that role.
Yeah.
Carmelo could
Melo
not have
would've
played
never-
that
Right.
role.
I got you.
You talking about blow-ups on the sideline.
We still with the NBA, right?
Yeah,
We
well, I
got-
was going to list a couple of other people who were nominated for the Hall of Fame. So you do have Billy Donovan, most remembered as the coach of Florida, University of Florida Gators. You also have referee Danny Crawford getting inducted. On the women's side, you have Sue Bird. You also have Sylvia Fowles and Maya Moore.
Can the UConn?
Yeah, and it looks like a contributor. Who is Mickey Arison?
Oh,
Is he the
he,
leader or the
uh,
owner?
He the owner.
Yeah, okay, so he's getting inducted as well. So those are your nominees for the 2025 Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
Wow, while we still in the NBA, we got some first timers. We got let's see, Giannis. He had this week.
Yeah.
He had 35 points, 20 assists, 17 boards. First time ever that has ever happened.
Not even Will Chamberlain.
Right, exactly.
did that shit.
Then you had Jokic. He had a 60-point triple-double in the
Russ
loss.
screwed it up.
Then Stephen Curry, he was on fire. The nigga scored 52 points, followed up with 30 points plus points against my team, LA and shit. They beat us and shit.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
LA's come to like where they're going to be at.
Yeah,
that's where y'all at now.
We
Well,
gonna
they're
be
number
at
4, aren't
4
they?
seed.
No, what I'm saying is now they plateaued out. Like
No,
they plateaued now.
We got the toughest. We have the toughest
and y'all have the
schedule.
toughest schedule coming
Toughest
up
schedule.
at
We
the fourth.
are in it now. We set is less than 6 games left. We are
Still no prominent big men.
no. We don't. That's the only thing. So we gotta play small ball. But we still was in before we got on our little losing streak. We was still top 10 defense.
Yes.
So we good. And then like I said, we got to follow with this Ja Morant.
$75,000 fine.
Because of the gun motion. Which if you look at everybody else around the league, they do it. LeBron done it. Anytime somebody shoot a 3 and make it, they do this.
The only person that should be able to do it is my girl that plays at South Carolina. Pow pow.
Pow pow.
So,
That's the only one who should be able to do it.
I get you. I mean, me personally, I believe they unfairly targeting Ja.
They are unfairly
They are
targeting.
unfair targeting him because
everybody's
that game.
Because he's a black athlete who been
Finger
out
banging.
here in the streets
They're
and he been
finger
finger
banging. They're finger banging. They're finger
You're not
banging
gonna
on the
finger bang
court.
me, nigga.
They're
You not gonna
finger
finger
banging
bang
on the court.
You pointing fingers and shit. When you got other in the game that they was
You
talking
saw
about,
that shit?
Golden.
Back with the rocket launcher.
Yeah,
finger bang.
the game they was talking about when he played Golden State. Him and Buddy Hill kept going back and forth doing the shit.
Finger banging.
But Draymond, he complaining. You feel say, look, you see what you doing. Me personally, you unfairly targeting
It's
him.
corny. It's corny just like the play the band from your boy. That's corny.
Yeah.
The CD Lamb thing they took.
Yeah, they started
Where
to
you
Smith.
can't-
You can't do that no more.
What's that?
No, you can't do that.
You can't wipe a nigga
No,
nose.
you can't do that no more. He scored a touchdown.
Why? Because it's like
The league
supposed to
banned that
imitate
shit.
Unsportsmanlike
conduct. You
Because
can't do
it's
this
corny.
no more.
Corny. Can't do that.
No fun league. And, outside of that, it was a conversation in the NBA when Draymond was talking about how the OGs doesn't respect the new generation players. And Byron,
that's everything.
BD was on his podcast, basically breaking it down for him. Like the reason why they don't, because y'all get all the shine up front. Boom.
Well, not just that. I mean, LeBron said that this man was going to score
200 points in the 70s,
So now
where they
yeah,
clothesline
niggas
niggas.
with you.
They
definitely-
you disrespect them. Like we the reason why the OGs have issues with the new generation is because number one, well, because it's like this. What they tell like Stephen A. Hold them niggas the same accountable like us. You didn't get props for not winning the chip. Nigga, ain't nobody talking to you until you win that chip. That's why Shaq talked
put
shit.
the work in.
Did you hear what Giannis? Did you hear what Giannis had to say about it when he was mentioned when LeBron said it? Giannis said that. No, I'd probably score the same thing. That because we're all being trained the same way and stuff like that. So me scoring 200 points and he said I wouldn't have done that.
No, he would because the
way
league.
to say it.
Because how the way the league was refereed then, they was clotheslining niggas out the damn air. If they're like, I ain't mean cut you off, like Steph Curry, how he's busting threes like that. Oh, they would have hit that nigga. He would have hit that floor a couple of times.
He wouldn't have got off those screens.
Exactly. They would have busted his ass. So the Holloway the league is refereed now. You can't touch nobody. You can't hand check.
He would have got one foul that game. That would have changed his whole play.
That's why.
He wouldn't be able to shoot like that anymore.
That's why. That's why the
ankles be
OGs
broke.
That's why
Wrist shattered, like finger dislocated. Bro, I already know.
That's why the OGs saying like, nigga, even though we laid this groundwork for y'all to get the money that y'all getting, they didn't talk about us until we accomplished something. A lot of you niggas haven't accomplished shit. And you don't even speak. I ain't mean cut you off. You don't even reach back and have relationship with OGs. Like for instance, LeBron ain't even talking to Mike MJ. They ain't even. There's no type of. You feel what I'm saying? Because you can be competitive.
But who's doing is that though?
And you talk about what Giannis would have.
Yeah.
What you think Kareem would have did in this era?
He would have bucked 100 points.
Would have dropped
100 points. The sky hook. The most unstoppable move in the league ever. The sky hook. He would scored 100 points.
It's disrespect on both ends because Kareem would have had a field day in this era.
Right, he would have.
He would have been unstoppable.
Shaq definitely would have had a field day. Like Shaq said, they would say, what would be the matchup?
He would have had to learn how to hit free throws. That was it.
That matchup against Jokic.
Run into that topic. That's the topic
I was go into.
He said he would have barbecue chicken his ass.
And he would have.
He would have. He would have got his ass in foul trouble.
Joker. The thing with
they wouldn't even put him on Shaq.
He's not even agile like that, yo. He's just a
he agile.
This is the thing I had with Shaq. Like this is the thing I had with Shaq and Jokic.
On his
he would have and dunked
several times.
Dunked all through him. But Shaq
elbow.
Shaq was just pure power. Jokic is pure skill.
Yeah.
He didn't put if Shaq had an inkling of the skill that Jokic had.
He did. He had power. That was his skill
Jokic
set.
don't have that.
That was his power. No, that's what Jokic doesn't have.
Has so much skill in this big body that I was thinking, you know
like
what?
I said, he could barely jump over a deck of playing cards.
Robinson,
career is over before I say that Jokic is better than Shaq. But right now,
nah.
I gotta wait till his career is over because we don't know how many rings Jokic is going to finish with.
It don't matter how many. He's not better than Shaq.
No, he's not.
Okay, boom.
It's a different skill set.
It is because
exactly.
Now, if you
it's just a different skill set.
If Shaq would have been better at free throws, come on.
He was averaging almost 30 points, and that's him missing free throws.
That's
missing free throws.
So now I'm like, you're going to say Jokic isn't better than Shaq, but we got to wait till the end of his career. But it's not that far, fetched. It's not that far fetched because Jokic is a real baller.
He is. I mean,
he said he dropped 60.
But
what game?
But the whole thing is, and you notice, as soon as Shaq is outside that box, he's a liability.
Yeah, but
there's
he said
nothing he
that.
could do outside that box.
You're right, and he said that, but they wouldn't. But how Phil would have had it? Shaq wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been sticking Jokic.
Exactly.
They would have had probably Horace Grant, Karl Malone,
Rodman.
You would have had
you talk about Lakers. Okay.
Yeah, they would have had him sticking him. So
But I think Jokic is not. It's not
way
big
he's playing
of a
outside the block.
difference.
He's
it's
not.
that
I'm
big
not-
of a
I'm
difference.
with you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that, I'm thinking about like this in the.
He never played outside the box when he was in the league.
like it's impossible.
He did. He didn't.
Much.
He
It's
didn't
too
come
much for
past that before the 3 seconds.
difference
He
in
didn't
them-
come out past that free throw line.
The difference in those two is wild.
It
like,
is.
It's wild.
It's night and day.
They play the same position,
It's
but
night
the
and day.
difference is
It's night and day.
Because as soon as Joker comes anywhere near Shaq, it's a wrap. Like you're not doing anything against him. You're not doing nothing on
All
him.
you do is grab
you
him.
think your little finesse move's going to work,
That's
but
what
he's going to be
Happy Shaq
so
came
strong that your finesse going to be like, oh shit, I can't even control the ball like I want. Or some 2K shit.
You
I can't
done
even
got
control the ball.
abused so damn much. That power.
Well, we'll see. But I'm like I said, it's not that big of a difference between Shaq and Jokic right now. I don't think
Outside the rings, that's all.
Yeah, Jokic can shoot.
He can shoot. He can pass. He can pretty much. He has more skills than Shaq, but he just doesn't have the power.
He knows how to manipulate the ball.
Yeah. That power was, and that's
all you
That
need.
was the game back in the day.
Right.
Power was the game.
Right, because it was a physical. It was
Back then,
physical
yeah.
back then.
Now it's more
and
finesse.
Checking is more finesse.
Now it's more finesse.
Oh, they Shaq
So
was
we,
fouled
it's
out.
all.
Oh, he would have been fouled out.
It's
Now
all.
he's
Just being on the court that they would have fouled out.
You get out of the top 75, damn near over half
You're
of
touching
them
them too hard.
would have the numbers they put in back then. They would have doubled what they would have played in the league era this time. My opinion.
All right, what else we got, BB?
Football.
Okay. Yeah. I know Colorado had their pro day.
Yeah,
What was that, Friday?
Friday.
Yeah, and you had your boy Shedeur Sanders showing out.
Mm-hmm.
He only missed, 3 completions out of, 60?
Something like that.
Yeah, and they were just drop balls. So, I mean, his throws were pretty much on point. He had a very good showing.
Look, you had Cleveland there.
Yeah.
Look, I would not be surprised Cleveland don't snatch him up.
Cleveland's number 2, right?
Yep.
Why do you think Tennessee won't get him? You really think Cam Ward is...
Yeah, he's that dude, bro. And I'm probably biased because now he's only been at Miami for 1 year. So
Probably.
Yeah, he was because I'm about to get ready to say he only been at Miami for 1 year. Okay, so I got 1 year, but if Washington State, so Washington State, he was slinging that rock because he was supposed yeah, exactly. So he entered his name in the draft, but he came back and he played with the Hurricanes for 1 year. I firmly believe it's going to be Ward number 1. I would not be surprised Cleveland gets Shedeur number 2. Then that forced the Giants to turn around and get Travis Hunter or your boy Abdul Carter out of Penn State at number 3.
When is the draft?
24th of April.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Couple weeks.
Oh, so April has
it's a few
Easter.
weeks.
April has 420, which they fall on the same day this year.
Yeah.
Then 4 days after is the draft. Going to be a good one.
And then you got
And April got my girl birthday. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Then you
we
got
up next week.
Yeah.
We up.
Then you got Geno Smith. He got a contract extension with the Raiders, 2 year, $85 million with a 66 guarantee. He didn't want to re-sign with the Seattle Seahawks because the contract that Darnold's got, it was a 3 year, $110-something million. It technically boils down to a 1 year contract. So he didn't want that. The Raiders locked him in with Pete Carroll for the next 3 years. So he got his money. McBride, tight end out of the Cardinals. He's the highest paid tight end this year. He got a 4 year, $76 million deal, $43 million up front. He played for the Cardinals. Now they talking about football going to be 3 games on Christmas Day, and it's going to be a bidding war for them because when football usually come on, it's like around 4 or 5 o'clock. After 7 o'clock, ain't shit on, ain't nothing on.
NBA got Christmas
Of
night.
course, you're right. So football trying to tap in that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And they're
Basketball in
three
trouble.
games. But yeah, you're right. But
Basketball in trouble.
but to see the thing about it, it's not going to be on regular TV. It's going to be on Prime. Streaming service is going to have it. So if you got Prime and all these other streaming services that's going to be battling for it, that's what's going to be happening. So
Basketball in trouble. You don't want football to be around because people automatically gravitate.
But I mean,
to football.
that's when basketball season starts, though.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And for everybody who thought they were going to ban the tush push, they're not.
They just put it
They're
off
not.
for right now.
They're not going to
They
ban
just
it.
put it off.
They're not going to ban it.
What it boils down to, they don't have enough owners.
And you're not going to get enough.
They're going to get them. You best believe. It's just giving them time for the ones that's against the tush push. They going to wait out a few and wait till somebody, they probably get burnt by that tush push. Yeah, we need y'all to get a vote.
They need 8 more teams to say
Yeah,
yes.
they gonna give them time. Hey, they didn't say we ain't gonna touch it. We just gonna shelve it for right now. So that means whoever comes back with the most votes, that's what we're gonna go with. That's so outside of that, they what else they did? Oh, the replay monitor. That's gonna be enhanced. So that means anytime the controversial we always talk about, excuse me, replay, that's gonna be in there. James Cook out of running back out of Buffalo. He's contract dispute. They saying, when players put their houses up for sale, that means it's some tension going on there. So we'll see about that. Of course, Micah. I already knew Jerry do this shit every time somebody about to come up for a big deal.
That boy wants $200
He gonna drag this shit out and sign his ass.
Y'all sign Micah. Y'all definitely ain't gonna be doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
hey,
trying
listen,
to go
man.
behind his agent's back.
Yeah, he trying to go behind.
And that pissed Micah
fucking
off
shit.
because Micah was
Yeah.
like, "Nah, my agent does
Yeah,
everything
he don't do
with
that.
me."
Oh, the Lions proposed. The Lions got. I think this proposal might get through. That the division winner, whoever loses, you remember we had
Yeah, I
division
think
winner
we
that
brought
had
this up.
losing records.
Yeah.
Now they don't get a chance to host a playoff game. So that might get right. You're right. They might get some wins on that.
I got one more topic.
Well, I was gonna ask us on one Cowboys related question.
What's that?
Joe Milton was signed.
Yeah, he
what
got
does this
traded.
mean for Dak?
I mean, it don't really mean nothing. It just since our backup signed with Baltimore, we just if Dak come in, from what I heard, Milton can spin the ball.
That nigga can throw.
I heard he can
I've been
throw.
watching videos all week. He threw an orange 100 yards.
Yeah, so he got some skill set for 1 year.
Yeah.
One more thing before we move on.
Go for
Pat McAfee, he's being taken to court.
For what?
Because college game day when it was at Ole Miss. Was it the quarterback Jackson Dart?
Jackson Dart.
It was a controversy about his girlfriend and stuff, and McAfee said something about it on there.
About his girl on air.
On air, and she's like going through distress
always do
behind
that. That's
and she's taking his ass to court behind that shit right now. So
All right, I got a topic, and I don't think we've touched this on the show yet. This will be the last topic of the night. Line dancing, trail rides, and these fucking fans. How you feel about it?
Don't do that.
That's the new wave right now.
It is the new wave.
I grew up on the trail rides and the horses, and I'm sick of the fans. I'm
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. But when it comes to all of that, I grew up in that. I ride horses,
as long as
riding horses since I was 6.
As long as you have a good time. That's,
I was just
that's
about to
what
say,
matters. But
to me, that just sounds like another experience, yo. It's just an experience.
That's all.
But it just sounds like y'all have niggerfied it. It sounds like y'all niggered it up. That's what it sounds like.
In some cases.
Yep, I saw it.
In some cases.
It's crazy because, like I said, I grew up on trail rides. If y'all didn't know this, my dad and my godfather, they were the first to come up with the Black Cowboys up and down the East Coast. There's now 36 chapters of the Black Cowboys up and down the East Coast. So my father and my godfather started those first chapters. So I've been on trail rides and, everything that you can imagine, got anything to do with horseback riding all my life. So I've seen all the different, line dances and everything. And really, Boots on the Ground is what has been done already. They just put another song to it, changed up 2 of the steps, put some fans in it.
And the popularity
went through
the roof.
Yes.
And I'm tired of that
It's an
damn.
experience.
I'm
A
tired
trail
of them
ride is an
damn
experience.
fans.
You should try it for real.
Why are you tired of fans?
3 days.
I'm tired of the fans.
3 days.
Why?
Out in the field with the horses. You got your dirt
Sounds
bike.
like homelessness.
Not even that, nigga. I can't even imagine being on a
Sounds like
trail.
homeless.
Nigga, that just sound like, think about when you have to go home.
Bring your tents.
No, they're out there. They stay out there.
You said ticks.
It's like tents, nigga. Tents. Like you can't.
Oh, tents.
You can't.
I thought you said
camp out
ticks.
there.
You bring
That just sound like some country shit, y'all.
People got their horse trailers.
I don't want none of that,
They
man. My
tent- they
grandma,
camp out there
Bro,
and
I'm-
drink and
man, my
do
family
all
from the
types of
country,
shit.
bro. I'm dealing with ticks. You
It's
talking
just-
about
it's
ticks?
just a
No,
black
I hear
Woodstock.
ticks.
Almost.
Like,
It's a black
bro.
Woodstock. That's all. Just with some horses.
Is there gonna be some weed out there?
I
All
don't even
types
know.
of
Okay,
drugs
so
out
we
there.
gotta go this year. We gotta do an F
All
podcast
types of drugs,
trail ride.
alcohol, fuck it, all that shit,
Go
all
out
that
there.
shit.
Okay.
It's like a black Woodstock.
Okay, well then I'm slightly intrigued.
The popularity
It's so
has jumped, and I know we hadn't covered this, but I see boots on the ground all the time.
Yeah,
stands
it's
and stuff, and,
popular.
I just wanted to, breach this.
I mean, you could, and maybe I don't know. Maybe you.
Is this what my old ass is supposed to be into? These line
No, you supposed to
dances
be
and all that
into
shit?
it. Well, you could probably
'Cause I'm still in
you
these
could probably
nightclubs
thank
with these young
Beyonce for this because she.
No.
Is there something wrong with me?
Listen to what I'm saying
something wrong
before
with
you
me?
say
No, you gotta thank her
no.
for this.
You don't even know what I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
For those who didn't grow up in it like you did, Beyonce put new eyes on it. So she did do
It
that.
wasn't Beyonce.
Okay. I mean, this is why I say it's a fact because I wasn't in country. I wasn't in country.
Bro, I'm not either. I wasn't either.
Beyonce didn't do that though. Just country.
Well, who did it then, Kelly Joe? Who did
It
it?
won't Beyonce.
Who
did
did
I
it?
can't tell you.
Oh,
who.
okay then. Okay.
can't
So
tell you
for
who
me,
it was, but
for me,
for him, it's
Beyonce,
Beyonce.
and for other people
It won't be
who
Beyonce.
recently attached themselves to
Stop yelling at me,
country
man. Stop
is
yelling at
black.
me.
It's cool.
Beyonce.
It's cool to see black people. We have something else to do that's different. That's supposed to be fun. But like you say, I've seen it where they've niggified this stuff. Like I've seen them.
It sounds like they've niggified
But
the
it's
event.
already been there. It's just now it's open.
Cameras.
It's always been
Video.
Videos.
You know what I'm saying? It's
You can
always
see
been
it.
that.
That's
It's just
all.
now
It's
more
always
people are
been
doing
going on.
So
You
it's
can see
more
it
up
now.
and open in the air. Yeah, and you have more of us coming back into our culture because country is our culture.
They look like gangs now. These steppers.
Oh, I
they
know.
look like gangs.
My homeboy, I'm supposed to be part
What
of
you
this.
think black
Like, I got
cowboys, some black
homies.
cowboys were gangs? What you talking about?
Hey, look, I got homies. I'm supposed to be. We do parties. Oh, you seen them?
Look, I got Facebook.
Bruh,
The
stop.
steppers now are younger than what they were.
Look,
you know.
my homies I throw parties with, like my other homies.
Uh-huh.
They got steppers and line dances. They got the bandanas on
Like,
now and
yeah.
shit. I'm like, bro, y'all are scaring me, yo. I don't want to be. I don't want to be in no gang.
They embracing
I've been
it,
all
bro.
these years, nigga. I don't
They
want to be in no gang.
They embracing the culture.
Look, go to other clubs. These 150
Yo,
damn people.
Yeah,
I don't want to be in no gang. Nigga,
embracing-
like
they
y'all got
embracing
colors
culture.
and flags,
Yeah.
like motorcycle gang.
Flags.
Now you got the goddamn line
And
stepper
then,
gang.
look, imagine
Damn.
if you some of them places like Georgia and Texas, that shit deep. They coming out with the trucks and the damn motherfucking
I ain't
horses
got no
and shit.
truck. I got a
I'm
minivan.
just
Yo.
saying.
I got a minivan.
Look, shout out to all the country people. You
Black
know what I'm
country
saying?
especially.
Shout out to black country. I
Yeah.
know we don't give a lot of love to black country.
Man, we from the country.
Yeah, we
Hey,
are.
yo,
we are
our
deep parents are
rooted
from the
country, man.
It's been a few black country artists I done really like. And
Highway 33.
One of them, black country artist, his name Rashad. If you don't, no, I'm talking about right. I get what you say. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about. Shut the hell up, bro. He's nuts.
I only want to be with you.
Anyway, some of these. So one in particular down in Georgia, I really like. His name Rashad. Check him out if you have opportunity. He's out.
He's good. I've heard him before. But it's good that a lot of us are now coming out.
Yeah, it's dope to see.
And making the music that we supposed to be making anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's open. I can't. The boots on the ground has opened up
It has.
a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen
Actually
so
getting
many
into
niggas
it.
with cowboy boots in my life.
Right, cowboy boots.
Cowboy boots and bandanas.
Did you see the Jordan cowboy boots?
Oh yeah, I've seen them all.
You know they
Ugly
gonna come
ass
up with
shit.
stuff.
Especially down there in Devlin,
You gonna get a pair of boots
though?
though?
One place I used to work at.
I don't even know what this is.
What?
Word?
I don't know what the hell y'all have been talking about.
Boots on the
I've
ground?
just been tuning
Trail
y'all out. I don't do this shit.
Trail rides is with
Damn.
country cowboys, cowgirls. They get together and camp out.
Yeah, where the fans at?
So they be doing.
I've never even heard of this shit.
Yeah, they be
That's
doing.
amazing.
I mean, it's a
That's-
culture that's
get this
been
nigga out
going
the
on.
house.
It's a culture that's been
Oh,
going
by
on.
the way, I was an equestrian champion at 4 and 5 years old.
You ain't been out the house since.
So don't play me like that.
You ain't been out the house
Back up.
since.
Whatever
Back
I do.
up.
That's
Yeah.
right.
He said,
Need to
"Back
go
up."
riding then.
He said, "Nigga, I was on the horses,
First of
nigga."
all, let me tell you one thing. That's not a nigga thing at all.
At all.
Equestrian, that's not
No,
a
it's
nigga
not.
thing.
That's
at
his
all.
Mexican
it's
side
not.
coming out.
It's not. You gotta be small as hell to be on a fucking horse doing some shit like that. Because niggas is under 5'5" doing shit like that.
All right. Like I said earlier, we got 4,800 subscribers. We need $5,000. We can ready to start hitting landmarks now. This show is worth y'all coming to watch. We might act out a little bit, might get a little excitable, but we're going to laugh. We're going to enjoy. We're going to have a good time. We want y'all to like, comment.
Please.
Definitely subscribe.
Always.
We want y'all to, comment. Like I said,
Yes.
give us topics, ideas, things you want to see. And if you want to be a guest, if you want us to promote your product.
Shout out Prophet.
Holler at the effing pod. It's good to have the whole crew here. I haven't had the whole crew here in a minute. It's good to see Kelly Joe. Kelly Joe got a birthday coming up.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all.
Old as dust.
This podcast might not happen next week if it goes the way I want it to go. Listen what I'm saying. This podcast may not happen next week if it goes the way I want it to go, and I would assume that everybody wants to be there so we can celebrate Kelly proper. But it's up to y'all though, because I'm going to try and make it happen regardless.
Remember, I got to pay rent.
Like I said, I'm going to try and make it happen regardless. But I don't think it would happen on a regularly scheduled time if we're going to do it the way I'm trying to do it next week.
Okay,
I'll just put it out there like that. Okay.
Let me go ahead and put my heels on now and start practicing.
And she gonna take them shits off anyway, so it don't matter.
Now don't be like that. That meme I've been seeing online. The lady walked the hell. She was dancing the hell out her damn heels. Them shit was lean.
Look, I've been free all week, man. This is my last night of freedom. I gotta go pick up everybody, all the youth, even his. I gotta go pick up all the youth from South Carolina
I miss you.
tomorrow.
I can't wait till you get back.
I'll be in South Carolina tomorrow morning, yo. I'm about to go turn up, cut up.
Y'all better not
whatever.
be watching this
Tonight, I love wifey. I'm about to do some disrespectful shit. I got my young bull with me from the Bull City. You already know the vibes is good.
If y'all are out,
Happy birthday, love.
If y'all are out in the city tonight, be careful. Dreamville is here.
Dreamville weekend. We up. We outside.
It's going to be lit tonight. It's going to be a good time tomorrow. Dreamville again. If you're going, enjoy. Have a good time. Erykah Badu is going to kill it tomorrow night.
That is real intriguing.
Erykah Badu and J. Cole take the stage tomorrow night. It's going to be an awesome event.
J. Cole,
My man said
Erykah
that
Badu.
today's event was dope. And y'all have
I want
a good
her stage a little more.
Yeah. Dub, you got anything to say?
No.
Peace. LLP.
Peace. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. Have a great start to your week.
LLP.